There's a look at Greg Steffan. He'll be starting in goal tonight for the Red Wings. He played the first period last night, trailing 2-1, was pulled by Brad Park, not because of the back injury that's been plaguing him. There you see his stats, and Greg will give it a go again tonight. Mark LaForest played the second and third periods last night in the loss to Pittsburgh. There we see Kelly Rudy, fine young goaltender for the New York Islanders, 12-11-7 with a 3.47 goals against, including one shutout this season.
David, I spoke with Greg Steffan before the hockey game in the dressing room. He is wearing that heavy protection. There's a look at tonight's officials. Dan Murroelli, a new fellow in the National Hockey League this year, doing a fine job. And Wayne Bonney and Leon Stickle, the linesman tonight. But Steffan wearing that heavy back brace, and I do think he looked a little bit stiff last night in last night's game against the Penguins, and that's why he was pulled out of the hockey game by Brad Park.
All right, play just underway as Kortko flips it up into the Red Wings zone, but had a couple of teammates into the zone ahead of the play, so the offsides is called. And the faceoff will come out into the neutral zone.
And David, you talked about the Islanders with that pressure from the Rangers and the Pittsburgh Penguins. They're only, what, 3 points up on the Pittsburgh Hockey Club after they won last night. The Islanders were defeated 5-1 by the Buffalo Sabres.
And they're only 6 up on the Rangers, who are currently in 5th place. Going to be quite a race in that Patrick division. Randy Ladouceur now for the Wings takes over. Across for Larson. Up now for Joe Kocur. Kortko stepped in the way of that. They jam it up along the boards, and we get a quick whistle. Joe Kocur starting out on a line with Claude Loisel at center and Peter Klima playing on the left side. Get a look at Reed Larson. Played his 700th National Hockey League game last night, all for the Detroit Red Wings.
Larson still the highest scoring American-born hockey player in the National Hockey League. That's quite a feat for Reed Larson. Of course, he's got a few guys that are pressing him now with more American boys coming into the league. The Broughton brothers, and of course Neil seems to be back on track with the Minnesota North Stars after an off year last year. He's had several good seasons for Minnesota.
There's a lead pass for Klima. Potvin got in the way of that. Now Kortko coming back. Rolls it across his own line. Loisel tipped it away, and Kocur plays it in the neutral zone. Flatley stepped in the way of that pass. And now Larson gets it back for the Wings. His clear in was blocked. It's back in the neutral zone. Kortko rolls it across for Flatley. Patrick Flatley, top of the circle, back for the trailer. Quick shot rifled over the crossbar by Persson. Comes back to the line. Flatley has it again now for the Islanders. Into Mikko Makela. Makela in the circle. Lost the puck. Loisel lost it, though, back to Kortko, who went down, and the crowd wanted a penalty there.
That'll be an icing by the Red Wings. Fortunately, they didn't get a call, as they do raise a little higher here at the Coliseum, looking for the penalty to be called in back of the net. Kortko was dumped. Look at Stefan Persson, the veteran defenseman. Number 7 for the Islanders. He's done quite a job over the years for Al Arbor. Had some shoulder problems. Persson in his 9th year in the National Hockey League out of Sweden. Key guy in their power play on the point. Look at tonight's scratches in the hockey game.
All right, play back now. This is Kissio center ice. Drives the puck in behind Rudy. Run on the left wing boards, deflected by Ogrodnik, held in by Kissio. Ogrodnik in the corner now, getting some help from Duguay. Feeds it to the point. Here's Barrett with a shot in front. Tipped, and it went just over the net. Kissio got a piece of it. Ogrodnik spins around, couldn't control it, but he jams the Islander player along the boards. It goes back behind the net. Duguay tried to center for Kissio. Kissio rolls it right through the goal mouth, and Bossy starts it back now for the Islanders. Here's Johnson for Mikko Makela. He lost control. Jim Levins, who's been quite a Cinderella story for the Detroit Red Wings, sends it ahead for Duguay. Rod Duguay now. Drop pass for Levins. It was poked away from him. Kissio sends it back to Duguay. Drop pass for Ogrodnik into the zone. Ogrodnik with a rich shot. That was deflected high and wide of the goal. Kissio feeds it back to the point. Here's Barrett with some time. Takes the shot. Rudy the save. Rebound loose, and Bossy able to clear it down the ice with some help from Trottier. And this will be an icing infraction as Levins goes back to touch the puck. So scoreless here early in the first period. We'll be back in just a moment. Face off to the right of Rudy in the Islanders zone. Dave Strader back along with Mickey Redmond. Our producer Toby Cunningham here at the Nassau County Coliseum. The Wings and the Islanders scoreless. Adam Oates, 2 goals last night, in to take the draw. Centering Warren Young and Gerard Gallant. Gallant will be playing the right side. Mickey Gerard had been wearing a football type of mask to protect that jaw that was wired shut for 6 or 8 weeks. He took it off after the first period last night, said it was obstructing his vision too much, and tough young kid. He's going to play without it.
I hope that his jaw is 100% healthy, because if it's not, he gets one little tap on it, and he could be out for another extended period of time. That's very dangerous.
Tonelli now for Dwayne Sutter. Lost the puck back for Oates. He couldn't move in as Ken Morrow drops it back to the neutral zone. Sneps had it for a moment. Now here's the workhorse of the Islanders, Tonelli. His pass broken up. Comes back to Kenny Morrow. He drives it in behind Greg Steffen. Just 3 minutes gone by first period. No score. Neither team with a threat yet. As Larson now rolls it up center ice out of the reach of Young. They started to wave off the icing there, but Leon Stickle keeps his hand in the air, and as the Islanders touch it, it'll go back into the Red Wing zone for the faceoff.
Here's a look at Jerry Gallant. Boy, he was playing well when he got hurt. Probably the best player on the hockey team when he broke that jaw, and very frustrated sitting out watching everybody else play and having to wait. He lost quite a bit of weight, 15 pounds, I understand, and he is gaining some of that back. I believe he's got about 8-10 of it back, but Jerry Gallant, a very tenacious type hockey player.
He was on pace for about a 40-45 goal season. Mid-December. Draw comes back to Larson. Beats it ahead now for Oates. Left wing pass for Young. Young carries into the zone. Rolls it across the Islander goal mouth, and it's cleared back through the neutral zone. This will be icing again as Sneps is down there.
Yeah, that's all we had.
So Dwayne Sutter. Oh boy, what a slash Sutter put on Sneps there.
Sure did. Now they're going to go at it. Big Sneps wants
I don't blame Sneps for that one, because it was such a clear-cut icing call, and Sutter was not right on top of it.
He gave him a pretty good two-hander.
Really did.
Boys, they got those mics live down there. They want to be careful when the boys get frisky. He did lay a pretty good two-hander on Harold Sneps behind the net. And you're right, I don't blame Snepsy for getting upset. You sort of accept that you're going to just sort of ease off when it is an icing like that. No score in the hockey game. 16:32 to go. We'll be back in a moment.
Penalties matching roughing calls to Harold Sneps of the Red Wings, Dwayne Sutter of the Islanders. Get a look at it here, Mick, behind the...
You don't really see the slash. You see Dwayne Sutter, who is known to be a bit of a disturber.
Comes his brother Brunt there. All right, so the matching minor penalties don't affect the skating strengths of the clubs. Remaining at full strength of the face-off deep in the Islander zone because of the icing infraction. Oates talking to Larson right behind him. That's where he'll be trying to draw the puck, and he does get it right back to Reed. Winds up with a shot, but it's blocked by Bobby Bourne way up into the seats behind Kelly Rudy and out of play. Oates did struggle at the start of the season. He got 2 points on opening night and struggled over the next 14 to 16 games as we get a look at Reed Larson. And that's the guy, and I was starting to say one of the things Oates did well was win faceoffs, and you get it back to Reed Larson and you have a chance of putting it in the net.
Larson, one of 2 defensemen in the hockey game that has scored 5 consecutive 20-goal-plus seasons. You don't have to look too far, I don't think, to figure the other one out. Dennis Potvin, perennial all-star for the Islanders, has the puck right now.
Potvin sends it ahead center ice. Flatley's pass a little behind Kortko, but he did a good job to get it to Bourne. Bourne's drop pass came back in the neutral zone. Potvin now backhands it. Bourne with Chahaki all over him. Chris Chahaki back up from Adirondack as the puck rolls into the Red Wing zone. Steffen comes out, plays it up the left wing side. Murkowski couldn't get it out. Here's Kortko now. Checked by Lattiser to the ice. Larson for the Wings. Battling with Flatley along the boards in the Red Wing zone. Now Bourne is there for the Islanders as well. Foster plays it ahead for Chahaki. He gets it by Potvin and into the neutral zone. Just over 4 minutes gone by. First period, no score. Kortko back, dropping it for Potvin, who last month became the NHL's all-time goal-scoring leader for defensemen, breaking Bobby Orr's record. Good forechecking here now by Murkowski and Chahaki. Chahaki overskates the puck behind the net, gets it back. Had Foster there in the slot if he'd have handled it cleanly. Puck driven around the Islanders zone. Larson pinching in, checks Kortko. Now Chahaki's there, but Kortko able to poke it back inside the Red Wing line, and Lattiser has it there starting the rush. Chahaki from center ice waiting. Drives it deep into the Islanders zone as the Wings go for a line change. This is Johnson now leading the rush for the Islanders across the line. Wraps it in behind Steffen, who pokes it to the corner. Centering pass. Steffen was out of the net for the moment, but the Wings recovered. And Gilbert has to go back center ice. Greg Gilbert now Dropping it back. Johnson and Boyd on the defense. Lead pass out of the reach of Mark Hamway, who is chasing Barrett. Now Levens backhands it ahead for Loisel. Has an opening. Breaking into the zone with Barrett. Goes back to Loisel. Faking the shot. Save made. Loose puck. And they score.
Hit the goalpost. It is in the net underneath Brent Sutter.
Sutter was blocking our view of the puck, but the light went on. And
was it Joey Kosher? I'm not sure if it was Kosher or Klima who finished it off. But Loisel, watch him give the puck to Barrett. He realized he was going to stop and go offside. Loisel gave it to him, and he got it back from Barrett. Made the deke to the forehand, hit the goalpost, and it laid right in there behind Kelly Rudy. Look at him. He's out of position. Who is it? Joe Kosher, 26.
Right there.
Just wheeled and jammed it right underneath. Barrett jump up in the air to get out of the way. And Brent Sutter has no chance to make that save with Rudy out of the net. And with 14:32 to go, 1-0 Detroit. Another look at it. Wide open net for Joey Kosher. Offside called. Back to the live action there. Joey Kosher's 7th of the year. Joey doesn't look very happy to get that goal, does he?
5:28 the time. Claude Loisel and John Barrett will draw the assist.
Of course, I think Joey got 4 or 5 of those 7 goals before Stevie Yzerman got hurt, and Brad Park had him with Klima and Yzerman. Boy, that line looked like they were going to do some heavy damage. The 2 speedsters, Yzerman and Klima, the tough guy Joe Kosher, and all of a sudden Joey started scoring some goals.
Had that big game in Toronto on the telecast we had January 5th. 2 goals and an assist. Puck driven into the wing zone. Steffen comes out. And Duguay had it, lost it, loose in front. A chance here, and Larson blocked that shot at Trottier. Now the Islanders putting on some intense pressure. Back to the line. Morrow, a shot tipped, and Makela cut in front of Steffen, but couldn't get a piece of it. Larson slaps it up the left wing side. Ogrodnik has it. Has Duguay open in the neutral zone. Duguay knocks it down, tries to thread it ahead for Kissio. Boudelier saw that. Kissio has it now with Boudelier draped all over his back. They jam it up just outside the Islander blue line as they've announced that second assist not to Barrett but to Levens. Jim Levens got the other assist. If he touched it in that scramble there someplace, that's the only way he could have gotten an assist.
So the official,
that's what they have announced.
It was announced Kosher?
It was announced Kosher from Loisel and Levens.
That doesn't make any sense. Look at that Islander chance a moment ago. Good stop by Steffen. Hit Reed Larson's stick and then kicked out by Greg Steffen as Trottier had a shot at it. Trottier and Bossy, what a pair they are.
All right, here's Potvin driving it deep into the Red Wing zone. Brett Sutter over there with his brother Dwayne. Oates checks Dwayne Sutter, and Young throws it across for Levens, leading a 3-man rush. Right wing side for Gallant across the line. Fakes the shot. Now rolls it in, and Rudy just got the end of the stick on it. Here's Warren Young now, top of the circle. Rolls it in front. Picked up by Oates. Sends it back to the point. Ladouceur with a drive, and he missed that one on the short side. And the puck out center ice now. Wings playing a pretty good first period here as Gallant comes back with Oates. Gallant with a drive. Blocked by Potvin. Dwayne Sutter looking to clear. Failed to do so. Runs into Warren Young in the corner. Now the puck comes up the boards. Brent Sutter threw it back deeper into his own zone, and the Wings nearly picked it up there, but the Islanders will escape. Puck driven deep into the wing zone. First one on it. Tonelli with a shot. That would have been wide on the short side, but Tonelli tried to set up Kortko, and Adam Oates alertly deflected it away. With the Wings leading 1-0. We'll be back in just a moment. 12:37 remaining first period. Red Wings leading 1-0 on Joe Kosser's 7th goal at 5:28 of the period. And we've got a face-off, kind of a dangerous position here, Mickey, right between the circles, directly in front of Greg Steffen.
You see that face-off there very often. It's usually off to both sides. The puck deflected out in front, went right into the Red Wing bench.
Draw control by Loisel. Klima spun around to the board. We have a penalty there.
I think Peter helped his cause by doing a little turnaround, and
it was Flatley. He's the one
upset that he's getting a call. He did put a hook on Peter Klima, but of course he'll argue that penalty should have been called earlier against Detroit for hauling down Kortko. Now there's Barrett knocking Flatley out of the play. Klima helped his cause by
little pirouette there before he went down.
Bet. So the Wings get the first power play of the hockey game. Detroit's power play was coming along very nicely a couple of weeks ago. It's slipped back again, 20.4% for 16th in the league.
They had it up to, I think, 11th in the league at one point a couple of weeks ago.
Islanders penalty killing, 77.6%, 13.
All right, here's Klima across the line. Holds up. In deep for Loisel. Loisel in the corner. Trying to avoid Bobby Bourne's checking there. They still jam it up. Kissio over there for the Wings. Now Loisel and Bourne went down. Koster has the puck right in front. Loisel fanned on it. Here comes Klima. Knocked off of his stick. Peter Klima back at the line. Nice job holding it in. Good stick handling here by Peter. Gives it off to Kissio. Kissio holding the puck. A lot of jamming going out in front of the net. Shot blocked by Morrow, and he goes down on his knees covering the puck.
Well, they had a good opportunity there. If Klima could have gotten his shot away earlier, but then the hole closed and Rudy got back in position. But Klima almost tried to do too much fancy work out at the blue line. The puck comes loose on the far side with Bourne and Morrow fighting three of the Wings. Right here, Loisel from Koser. And Rudy with a good stop there. Kelly Rudy with an excellent record against Detroit, lifetime. 5 wins, 1 loss, and no ties.
Duguay in there on the draw. Grodnick back to the line for Kissio. Across for Larson. Dangerous pass, but it was kept in. Now Duguay takes the hit along the board, so Grodnick overskated it, and Potvin able to clear it all the way down the ice.
They got to watch out for Bossy and Trottier out here. While even though short-handed, they're much like Curry and Gretzky for the Oilers. They will go offensively.
Larson rolls it to Kissio. Bossy aggressively forechecking. Although a man short. Ooh, puck deflected out in front. Trottier was turned the other way, or he would have had an open net. And Duguay down the ice now for the Wings.
Listen to the fans.
Drop pass for Grodnick with a drive. And he scores! Jono Grodnick with his 32nd.
What a bullet by Johnny O. Oh, boy. Or just before the hockey game, we were talking to John down in the hallway as he was fixing up those sticks of his and bending them with the fire from the heel. And we were talking about how you get more leverage on that shot when you get that hook just right. And Johnny O just blistered one, a perfect shot to the far corner. Duguay, as the fans were razzing him as he carried the puck up the ice, and Johnny O just reared back and let her go. I don't know if Rudy may have been a bit screened by Duguay as he cut in front. Nevertheless, it's 2-0 Detroit.
32nd of the year and his 12th on the power play. Warren Young now back into his own zone. Steffen getting the other assist, the goaltender who started it by clearing it out of the zone. Now here's Barrett behind the net. Out to the point for Levens. Levens with a shot blocked loose in front. Here's Young with a chance. Warren Young in front. Oh, and Gallant just missed it.
You believe that? Perfect setup by Warren Young, and Jerry couldn't get the handle on it.
Center ice, Oates.
Fans getting a little frisky here. They're wondering what's going on. Detroit, the 2-goal lead, and just about 3 there.
All right, here's Sutter moving in with Tonelli. Tonelli checked by Levens. Tonelli, now Oates back there. They jam it up behind the net. Now a pass to the point. Boudelier, quick shot, tip, save, rebound, they score!
Look at that Sutter. You believe that? He should have been knocking his rear end. He's standing in front of Greg Steffen. I got to have a look at that one again because he should never have been allowed to stand there as long as he did. The Islanders with outside pressure. Now watch what happened. Boudelier fans on the shot. Nobody's there. There's 2 Islanders. Steffen made the save. Now by this time that guy's got to be KO'd by somebody, and overcomes the Detroit defense. Way too late to do anything about it, and Dwayne Sutter just dumped it up over top of Greg Steffen. 2-1 Detroit.
Wayne Sutter getting the goal, his 17th. Boudelier and Brent Sutter getting the assists, and it's a 2-1 Red Wing lead as we just reached the halfway mark of this first period with 10 minutes remaining. Randy Boyd, former Pittsburgh Penguin, tries to clear. Chahaki knocks it down. He jams along the boards with Bourne. Now the puck came free. Larson pitching in. It rolls back to the line. Here's Murkowski with a shot tipped by Chahaki, and the save by Rudy.
That's a big stop by Rudy right there. Chahaki got a pretty good redirection on that one.
Here's Bourne now. Bourne's pass. Hit Kortko in the skate, and Chahaki sends it out center ice, and then Chahaki took a bump from Flatley as Janssen now for the Islanders moves it to Boyd. Pass center ice, knocked down by Foster. Chahaki drives it deep in the Islanders zone. Back to get it, Thomas Janssen. Wings on a change as the Islanders come through center ice. Kortko.
He can fly. Watch him.
Steffen tries to clear it back up the boards. It's knocked down by Kortko and Bourne. Now flatly behind the net doing some work. He's double teamed there by Ladouceur and Loisel. Now the puck is pulled out of there by Kortko. He's checked by Loisel doing a good job. And now I think Loisel's going to get the penalty.
There's the whistle as they finally, fans get their way. And that'll be it with Detroit leading 2-1, 8:56 to go. We'll be back in a moment.
Claude Loisel off for holding at 11:04, giving the Islanders their first power play opportunity of the league. And surprisingly, Mick, their special teams aren't up there like you would expect.
Not that good at all. There you have another look at the penalty. Loisel did have a pretty good toe hold on Kortko, and down he went. The penalty call made. The Islanders 17th in the National Hockey League, a little over 20%, and they're definitely not up to par. Bossy with 14 power play goals leads this extra man situation for the Islanders.
Here's Bossy rolling it across. Makela didn't have the shot.
Look at the control, though. Watch him. They're setting it up.
Makela the drive, and Steffen a good save there. Bossy now. Checked by Sneps. Sneps trying to get control. Does. Flips it up the glass, but it was knocked down by Bossy. Look at the passing in the tight quarters there. Back to Potvin. Little wrist pass was blocked in. Murkowski clears it down the ice.
He was unsure what he wanted to do. He was going to shoot it in the last moment. He thought, well, I'll pass it. Like an I got it, you take it situation. And he did a little bit of both and messed it up, and the Wings knocked it down the ice.
What a difference the way the Wings are skating here in the first period compared to last night at home. Just never know from game to game as Makela gets in deep, circles the Red Wing goal.
Should have gave it in front right away.
Back to Persson. Now they move it to Potvin with a drive. Hit the post and came out. Hit it on the short side. Persson with a drive save. Rebound. Fired wide by Trottier.
They're jumping now.
Trottier sends it back. Bossy quick shot. That hit someone in front. I think Sneps. And now back to Persson at the line. Across for Potvin, the captain of this team. Trottier with Sneps on him.
Look at the control.
Trottier into the circle. Back to the line for Potvin. Back for Trottier. In deep. Makela. Mikko Makela chased by Sneps. Moves it to Trottier. Quickly. Bossy hit the side of the net. Fooled about half of this Coliseum crowd. Another drive by Makela fired wide. Persson rolls it across. Potvin a shot, and I think Sneps deflected that one wide. Now Gallant comes in, but the puck gets by him to the point. Potvin again with a drive, and it was blocked in front. Loose puck. Murkowski able to clear.
Great pressure by the Islanders. Boy, they had that control for about 45, 50 seconds.
15 seconds left in the Red Wing penalty. Foster a good job slowing down Potvin. That'll kill some valuable time. Comes to Tonelli. Tonelli's pass deflects off of a teammate.
Foster laid a real good two-hander on Dwayne Sutter right there.
Here's Jahaki now, moving in on Boyd. Boyd strips him of the puck. Loisel out of the box. Team's at full strength. Boyd into the zone. That looked offsides, and the call is made. And so with the Wings leading by a score of 2-1. We'll be back in just a moment. There you see our score. 6:50 to go here in the first period.
Just as we went to commercial, David, Dwight Foster was tearing after Dwayne Sutter, and they got those two apart and settled down. We'll keep our eye on those two. Dewey had given him a pretty good two-hander up here at center ice and returned favor for the two-hander that Sutter laid on Harold Sneps. Tune in again. We'll be back with more of those two.
Ogrodnik deflected it nicely off the boards to Barrett. Ahead for Duguay. Tips it to the Islander line, and that play offsides. You know, Mick, there can't be many harder working lines in the National Hockey League than these two Sutters, Brent Dwayne and John Tonelli. That
question about it.
Great trio there for Al Arbor and the Islanders.
Another guy right there that is known for his hard work, John Barrett. Not a flashy hockey player by any means, but very defensive minded. Likes to block shots. You know, you talk about the Sutters, and of course Brent Sutter had a tough time with injuries the past year and a half, but boy, what a year he had last year. 42 goals, 102 points. He may be the most talented of the 6 Sutter brothers.
Levens clears at center ice. Morrow for the Islanders. Back to Brent Sutter. His pass blocked by Duguay. Duguay waiting for an opening. Gives it off to Kelly Kissio. Team leader in assists for the Red Wings. Holds up along the boards. Threads a pass to Duguay. Quick shot. Rudy, a nice save with a blocker. Barrett holds it in for the moment. Now Morrow able to slap it by John.
That'll be icing.
All the way down the ice. This will be icing. Levens back to touch it first.
Dwayne Sutter is certainly getting under the skin of a few of the Red Wings already. Barrett, Sneps. So look at some of the Islander banner here at the Coliseum. As you look around, you have the 4 straight Stanley Cups going back to 1980 when Kenny Morrow came right out of Lake Placid in the Olympic gold for the U.S. team and joined the Islanders.
What a year that was, winning the gold medal and the Stanley Cup in the same year.
Yeah.
We invite you to stay tuned in our first intermission. We will have Remember When with Eddie Jockman talking about his first game as a Detroit Red Wing. Madison Square Garden against the Rangers as we get a quick shot here from Ladouceur.
What was the year of that game? You know?
75?
I think I was there. I think. I remember they were going crazy at Madison Square Garden, chanting Eddie, 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 and a very, very emotional moment.
It was just 2 days after he was picked up on waivers.
Yeah, well, it had to be. I think I quit in 75, so it had to be 73-4 in that area.
Puck deep in the Islanders zone. Warren Young, Adam Oates in doing some forechecking for the Wings. The puck comes free, and Trottier starts it back now for Boudelier. Aggressive move by the defenseman, trying to get by Larson. Boudelier checked by Larson along the end boards. Bourne trying to get his stick free as he got it tangled in the net. Sends it to Morrow. Quick shot blocked by Gerard Gallant, who starts it back down the ice for the Wings. Gallant goes wide, gets off the shot. Rudy the save. Rudy plays it around the boards. Larson pitching in. Deflected it with his skate into the corner. Kortko and Young battling there as Boudelier comes up with the puck. Goes rink wide to Flatley. Nice move to get away from Joe Kocur.
Or do they ever like to look at this, dump the puck in and get the other forward going after it, try to play it off the end boards? They do a lot of that, the Islanders.
Larson, though, able to start a rush back the other way for the Wings. Winds up with that big shot of his. The save made. It was just offside. Kocur in ahead of the play.
See, Rudy almost had a problem handling that puck with Larson. It looked like it may have dipped a little bit and dropped as Kocur and Larson come up together. Reed just unloads that cannon of his. Watch that thing. See it start to go down right there? And that's not because it's lack of speed. It was a drop shot.
Joe Kocur leading the Wings in penalty minutes. .450 remaining here with the first period. 2-1 Red Wing lead. Joe Kocur is 7th. John Ogrodnik on the power play, his 32nd. Kocur sends it ahead out of the reach of Loisel. Potvin sends it back for Gilbert. Wave off the icing as it went by Gilbert. This is Gilbert checking Levens into the boards. Now Loisel coming over for the Wings to help out. Loisel ahead for Kocur. Plays it ahead now for Klima. Pass was behind him and the Islanders regain control. Dennis Potvin leading the rush again. Nice drop pass for Hamway, who overskated it, but then reached back to drop it in front of the Red Wing goal. Steffen tries to clear, knocked down by Gilbert. Gilbert taken down.
No question about that one there.
Hooking call there. So with the Islanders going on the power play and the Wings trailing 2-1. We'll be back in just a moment. We're back. I may have said the Wings were trailing 2-1. They're leading 2-1.
Well, from the record we've got on television with the Red Wings, that's easy enough to say, I must say. But Detroit is up with 4:11 to go in the first period, 2-1. A look at the penalty again. No question at all that Loisel got the hook into the Islander player. New York gets its second power play of the night. They had a lot of control in the first one, but did not get anything behind Greg Steffen. Potvin hitting the goalpost.
They spread it out again now. There's Makela with a drive and score!
My goodness, what a drive by Makela. Oh.
Boy, that caught the post. You can hear that up here.
What a bullet he let go. He just had the room on the far side. The Wings were in the 4-man box, and Makela said, well, if you're going to leave me here from 45 feet, I'm going to take a shot at it. And he just ripped it. Look at just at the outside of the circle. He ripped it right underneath the crossbar, short side. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. He just teed it right up, right there. Short side, Steffen bending back, and it's tied at 2. 4 minutes to go, first period.
14th of the season for Mikko Makela. And the teams have traded power play goals.
What a rocket that was. Ooh, boy.
Steffen out of the goal, plays it high up the glass, bounces down to Ogrodnik. Long pass for Duguay. He's on sides coming in on Boudelier, who pokes it away into the corner. And they jam up there. Marawelli wants him to keep playing. And it's dug out of there as Bossy comes back.
Look out.
Here's Makela, who just scored that goal on that blast from about 45 feet. Center ice Duguay. Slaps it up into the Islanders zone, and Kissio had Ogrodnik cutting for the net, but that was broken up by the Islanders. Coming back now, John Barrett. For the Wings, rolls it across for Ladouceur. 2-2 the score. Just over 3 minutes remaining here with the first period. Kelly Rudy behind the net, leaves it there for his defense. Johnson plays it around the boards. Duguay deflected it. But the Islanders have it now a 4-on-2 rush into the zone. Here's Boyd, right wing.
Yep.
for Sutter, and it was offside.
You know what happened? Sutter didn't take the puck over the blue line. He took it right on the line and passed the puck across, and by that time Randy Boyd had jumped in over the line. That puck, like the goal line on a blue line situation, has to go over the complete blue line first before it can be said it's inside the zone.
Look at Brad Park behind the Red Wing bench, trying to encourage his troops to keep up their good work. They have worked very hard here in the first period. Actually,
Oates with a couple of goals last night against the Penguins. A few bright spots of the hockey club.
Former standout at RPI, where they won the national championship last year. Actually won it at the Joe Louis Arena.
Yeah, he looks a lot more relaxed too, doesn't he, this time around? You can just tell by the look on his face that he's just taking it a lot easier and just relaxing and mentally taking it easy, which is a good sign.
I talked to Bill Dineen by telephone yesterday, and he said every aspect of Adams' game had really picked up while he was playing in the American League, and really complimented Oates on the power play situations. Great with the puck. Islanders now trying to get something started. Wayne Sutter lost it. Barrett now fanned on it as he tried to clear it up the ice, and it's back into the Red Wing zone. Levens now with Sutter right on. Levens, though, very calmly able to poke it out of there away from Tonelli.
Wayne Sutter come in and hit the end boards. Ended up on his rear end. He didn't hit anybody.
Oates with a long shot handled by Rudy. Yeah, those Sutters don't care if they think they can hit you.
You gotta watch them. You gotta watch them every time they're out in the ice. They'll be coming from all angles. Oh, look at Gallant. Boyd coming after him. He got the high stick up, protect himself.
Johnson, nice outlet pass there for Kortko. Kortko rolls it past Larson into the wing zone. Now Loisel batting it to Young, who flips it up in the crowd with his glove.
He's Warren a little bit lucky that he did not get called for delay of game, because he purposely knocked that one over the boards, and it's pretty obvious that he wanted to get a change. They can call that delay of game.
Warren Young with that 40-goal season last year, second among NHL rookies. Playing, of course, with Mario Lemieux, who we saw last night at the Joe Louis Arena. Pick up a couple of goals and an assist.
Of course, I don't think he played that good a game, did he, David, last night?
Mario really didn't. They gave him the first star,
yeah,
but he scored the 5th goal and the 7th goal. He wasn't a factor early.
I've seen him play a lot better, I guess, let's put it that way. But certainly he's just an unbelievably dominating hockey player. Put on some weight, Mario Lemieux did last summer, and he's much, much stronger with the puck and checking in his own zone, and just a heck of a hockey player.
Minute and a half remaining here in the first period as the Islanders called offsides. Wings enjoying a 10-7 shot advantage here.
If you remember correctly, back in the 8-2 game, the Islanders were down in that hockey game as well, and Tonelli scored a goal less than a minute, I believe, to go in the first period. That kind of got them going, and they got another one late in the second period that was kitty by the door after that.
Boy, this Islander crowd, you know, they've talked about the Edmonton fans getting spoiled and not making much noise. 4 straight Stanley Cups here, and this crowd really still gets into it, even though the Islanders are in an unfamiliar position where they aren't even guaranteed a playoff spot in that Patrick division.
I think the Oiler fans are probably the toughest fans in the league for that stuff. They are just so spoiled with Gretzky and company, but these fans here have been pretty good in the rebuilding time of the Islanders. Offside there at the line as Loisel was dragged over by Kortko. Smart play by Kortko. Saw that Loisel was off balance. He just said, well, come with me, guy. Put the hook on him, dragged him over the line, and stopped the play.
Larson was winding up for that big shot of his as we see the statistics there for Reed Larson.
Just trying to have a look here. I know Potvin has had 8 years where he's had 20 goals or better, and as I mentioned, 5 straight 20 pluses. Now, let's see if Reed Larson.
Stepan now at the side of his own goal, plays it up the left wing side. Klima battling there with Flatley. Under a minute remaining in the period. Islanders try to stuff it in front. It hit the side of the net, ends up on the netting. Last touched by the Red Wings, according to the referee Marwelli, as the faceoff will stay in the wing zone to the right of Greg Stepan, talking with Reed Larson.
Larson's had his 5 straight 20-goal plus seasons. I'm just going to have a look in the book and see if he's got more than 5 seasons where he's gotten 20. He was off last year. He's got 16 this year, so he has a pretty good shot of getting that.
And the 1 year was 17
so
since the 5 straight.
So 5 straight, and last year was 17, so he's shooting for his 6th in the last 7 years of 20 goals or better.
Puck in behind the Red Wing goal. Here's Bossy. Always dangerous. Couldn't get it in front. Makela sends it back to the line. Ken Morrow's shot hit Murkowski and bounces center ice. Boudelier back to get it for the Islanders. This pass center ice rolls by everybody. This will be icing as Sneps goes back to put the lumber on it. The faceoff will go back into the Islanders zone with 34 seconds remaining in this first period as we get a look at Big Harold Sneps. Boy, he challenged Lemieux last night about 5 or 6 times as Lemieux was taking some liberties with his stick, not only on Sneps but some other Red Wing players. Nothing came of it, but Sneps is one of those guys that will stick up for his teammates.
12 years in the National Hockey League for Harold Sneps. Way back in '74, he was Vancouver's 3rd choice in the draft.
Persson wraps it around behind his own goal, up the boards. Good hit there by Barrett as he knocked the Islander player down. Shahaki now avoids Trottier. The puck right at the Islander line. Here's Foster coming across, drops it back to the trailer. Murkowski, quick shot, went wide. Foster rolls it right in front. Murkowski, a shot at Rudy, the save.
Thought that one might have snuck between his pads. Good stop by Rudy with just 12 seconds to go. Foster wrapped it off the side of the goalpost, and it jumped right between the Islander defenseman's feet and right to Glenn Murkowski. Quick little wrist shot, almost made it 3-2 Detroit. It's the original shot. See, Rudy just steered it aside, and there was Dwight Foster. Banked it off the side of the post right there. Comes out between the feet, and there's Murkowski. But Rudy stood his ground. He's had to make some good stops in this period.
Glenn Murkowski signed as a free agent by the Wings this past summer, primarily to play in Adirondack. He had 39 goals in the American Hockey League last year for the Maine Mariners. Draw controlled by the Islanders, cleared to the line, held in. Larson, his shot blocked wide. 6 seconds left in the period. Wings trying to keep the pressure on, but it will be cleared. Center ice for Bossy as the buzzer sounds, ending a very entertaining first period. The Red Wings and the Islanders tied at 2, and the shots favoring the Wings, 12-7.
You know, it was 2-0, David. Detroit had that excellent scoring chance down at the other end. I think it was Murkowski, speaking of Glenn, that almost made it 3-0. That might have really turned the ball game around, but all of a sudden the Islanders come back, and with fan support, they get themselves a goal that probably should never have happened. As Dwayne Sutter's parked in front of the net much too long a time, and he's allowed just to dump it up over Greg Steffen, and we end up with the period over and the Islanders back in the hockey game, tied at 2.
Stay tuned now for Remember When after this commercial break as we take a look at Eddie Jockman in his first game in a Detroit Red Wing uniform about 10 years ago, right after he'd been picked up on waivers from the New York Rangers. So after that, we will have more intermission activities. The score at the end of 1 here at the Nassau County Coliseum, the Red Wings 2 and the Islanders 2. We're back at the Nassau County Coliseum. Dave Strader along with Mickey Redmond and our producer Toby Cunningham. And speaking of the TV crew, we'll be in Washington, actually in Landover, Maryland, at the Cap Center this coming Tuesday night, February the 25th, as the Wings take on the Washington Capitals. Wings' next home game is next Friday night, the 28th, against the Toronto Maple Leafs at 7:30 at the Joe Louis Arena. It also is Labatt's team poster night. Everybody in the building that night getting a team poster of the Wings.
You know there's going to be a crowd and a half there that night with all the Canadian Leaf fans coming over from the Ontario area, the Windsor area. They always draw well, the Leafs do. There's Toronto right now with an 11-point lead on Detroit for that last and final playoff spot in the Norris Division. A couple of games this afternoon in the National Hockey League. The Philadelphia Flyers defeated the Washington Caps by a score of 3-1. Prop Ron Sutter and Per-Erik Eklund for Philadelphia. Got to get that one out again. David Christian scoring for Washington, and the LA Kings continue on a roll. That's about 3 or 4 straight for them. They beat New Jersey 5-2. Nichols, Hackborn, Patterson, Taylor, Nichols again. 27th and 28th. McLean and Johnson for New Jersey. Boy, the Kings have been hot.
What a road trip. They go into Montreal and into Quebec, win on consecutive nights. They lost, I think, by a goal in Philadelphia or by 2 with an empty netter, and then come right back and win this afternoon in New Jersey. So quite a road trip for the LA Kings.
And our old buddy Marcel Dionne's gotten hot awful of lately. He's up over 30 goals again. He had 3 assists a couple of nights ago. He's having another outstanding year, as we're used to seeing from Dionne.
Here's Klima closing in now. Gets it to Reed Larson, who lost control of it for a moment. Pulls it away from Bourne. Rink wide pass looking for Koser. Deflects to Joe. Koser now takes a bump along the boards, and Flatley comes up with the puck. 2-2 the score, opening minute of play here in the second period. Loisel and Larson doing some work in the Islanders zone. Larson sends it back to the near side. Pinching in was Ladisaur, but it got by him. Klima center ice now trying to get control.
Look at Klima, the move. Does he like that fancy stuff, doesn't he?
Boy, just like he's got it on a string sometimes.
Well, if you can do it, why not?
Ladisaur plays it out into the neutral zone. Loisel trying to jump on the puck, but Morrow corrals it, drops it back to Boudelier. Boudelier through center ice, gives it off now to Kortko. Boudelier heading for the net. Pass came back to Flatley. His shot blocked into the corner. Koser now, who has one of the 2 goals, lost control of the puck.
Watch out, he's last man back there. You don't want to get too fancy.
He was able to control it after losing it. Sets up back behind the net. Quick outlet pass to Kissio. Kissio back the other way now. Crosses the line with Ogrodnik. Kissio sandwiched between a couple of Islanders, and the puck cleared away by Potvin to Bossy. Bossy now makes the move on Sneps. Tried to drop it to Makela. Here's the pass to Makela. Oh, and he tried to set up Trottier, who was open.
It sure was. He had an open net if he gets the pass. Well, these 3 look like they're playing well together. Bossy, Trottier, and Makela.
Used to be Gillies that played on this line. He was a scratch in tonight's game. Here's a shot from the point, handled easily by Stepan as he came out to meet the shot. Gloves it down, and the faceoff will be to Greg's left in the Red Wing zone.
Well, Makela's a big kid. Not as heavy as Clark Gillies, I don't believe, but certainly has the size. 6'3", 195, 200 pounds. Mikko Makela out of Finland, 5th draft choice by the Islanders, 1983. Just 20 years old. In fact, next week he'll be 21, and on the birthday notes, Pat LaFontaine has a birthday today.
21 years old today.
21 for Pat.
He's out with a shoulder injury indefinitely. Steps in front of the Red Wing goal. Plays it up the boards. Kissio failed to get it out the first time, but now here's Levens leading the rush the other way for Duguay. Back for Levens on the give and go. Levens in the circle, holding the puck, rolled it in front, deflected off the Islander defenseman there, and almost right into the net. Bossy now being pressured by Ogrodnik, still able to flip it out center ice. Levens has it there. Levens sends it ahead for Duguay. Kissio ran into Boyd there as he was looking for that Duguay pass. Johnson plays it to Bossy. Bossy lost it to Kissio. Kissio tried to set up Ogrodnik. That was tipped away. And the Islanders center ice. They overskated. Back comes Kissio with Duguay and Ogrodnik. Kissio leaving it. Ogrodnik is there between the circles. Backhands it just wide of Rudy, who pokes it out of trouble. And Bossy clears it ahead for Trottier. Duguay checking him. Nice job there by Ron Duguay. Now a pass ahead for Ogrodnik. Tips it up into the Islanders zone. Kissio with Boyd. They bump hard.
Good play by Kissio. He caught Boyd unsuspecting, almost knocked him down. A little shoulder.
Puck rolls back in behind the Islander net. Johnson back to get it. Thomas Johnson backhands it in on Stepan. Islanders looking to complete a change. Stepan plays it off the boards. Sutter, the 2 Sutters over there banging away for the Islanders. Oates sends it back around behind Stepan. And Barrett pokes it ahead, but not out of the zone. Tonelli got a piece of it now. Here's Oates with the puck. Back for the Red Wings. Adam Oates coming in on Morrow. Nice drop pass. Barrett a shot. That hit someone in front. Here's Gallant now. Along the end boards with Oates. Now Gallant flips it out between the circles. Intercepted by Boudelier. He'll start it back the other way for New York. Boudelier leading the rush. Pass broken up. Center ice. Gallant has it with Oates. 2 Islanders back, though. There's Gallant overskating the puck. Rudy comes out and clears it ahead to Dwayne Sutter. His pass deflects off Barrett. Dwayne threw a little punch at the Red Wing defenseman, and the offsides is called. With the score 2-2 early in the second period. We'll be back right after this. We're back. Just under 4 minutes gone by here in the second period. Wings and the Islanders tied at 2. And the face-off just outside the Islander zone. Dwight Foster centering Chris Jahaki and Glenn Murkowski. And Foster won the draws. Larson flips it in wide of the Islander goal. Potvin. Ooh, the net came off the moorings there as Pearson ran into his goaltender Kelly Rudy with the help of Foster.
Looks like Rudy's all right. He's a little slow to get up.
A lot of people wondered whether those magnets were going to be a good idea. They appear to have worked out very well.
I think they really have, Dave. You know, you do sometimes get a little bit frustrated when the net is being knocked off of those moorings, but, well, I'll tell you, you don't see it coming off as much as a lot of people thought they would, and I know just in the games that we've done for television, we've seen several situations that it did realistically save serious injury.
Islanders making a change with the face-off at their end. They bring out their key face-off man, Brian Trottier. See a lot of coaches making that kind of substitution with a key face-off in the defensive zone. Foster will line up across from Trottier. Draw came back to the line. Barrett backhands it in deep. It went just wide of Rudy. Now Murkowski down on the ice, gets it to Shahaki, tries to stuff it in. Nobody saw the puck for a moment, ended up in the corner. Now Foster had it knocked away by Trottier. Flatley failed to clear, held in Murkowski. Quick shot. Not a hard one, but Rudy had to make the save. Shahaki along the boards now. Had it knocked away by Flatley. Plays it around the left wing side for Bob Bourne. Bourne, rink wide pass for Flatley. Flatley checked there by Barrett. Barrett now plays it out to center ice. Potvin across for Persson. Center ice Flatley. He's checked by Foster. Larson came up. Dangerous play here. The Islanders have it. Potvin across the line. Left wing for Bourne. A shot. Step in the save, and he's able to corral the rebound in under the glove. And he'll hold it for the faceoff.
That was a strange play. A 3-on-1 Islanders that really didn't get a dangerous shot off. It was a long-range drive by Bobby Bourne. Steffen didn't have any trouble with it at all. And now we're looking at our update game tonight. The Montreal Canadiens hosting the Hartford Whalers. And Hartford gets on the board first at the Montreal Forum. 1-0 the Whalers on a goal by Wayne Babbage, former 50-goal scorer, who is now with the Hartford Whalers with brother Dave, having been traded from Winnipeg.
Boy, Hartford survived a long winless stretch there and got back on track, right back into that playoff race in the Adams division. What a big win that would be for them.
Well, they've really had problems since the injury to Ronnie Francis. He broke that ankle.
Loisel clears it into the Islander zone.
Icing going to be called here.
Joe Kocur was digging in, but Boyd was there easily ahead of the Red Wing. Speaking of key injuries, the loss of Yzerman back on January 31st in that St. Louis game, early in the game.
Well, here we go back to our update game again. They're coming at us hard and fast. Lucien Deblois gets what probably would be a fluke goal on his behalf. He just jammed at the puck underneath Mike Liut, the Hartford goaltender, and that score now is 1-1.
Started to say Yzerman going down in the first period may have cost the Wings that game, and the next night they went in without Yzerman and lost a tough one 4-3. Hasn't been the same for the Red Wings since.
Folks are wondering maybe why these goals are coming at us the way they do, is it's the Islander feed that we're taking those goals from, and sometimes they don't give us a warning when they're going to go to their update game. Jake McDonald and Eddie Westfall working for the Islander group here.
I heard Eddie Westfall talking downstairs. He was talking about when Al Arbour first came in for the Islanders. In his first year, he cut down the Islanders' goals against by 100, and he feels that really in any club that's rebuilding, such as the Red Wings, that's the area you have to try to attack first. Much easier said than done sometimes.
Yeah. Well, they were going along at a clip. The Wings were 7 or 8 goals against for the longest time.
There's Gilbert with a little nifty move on Peter Klima. Now here's Hamway, the former Michigan State standout, trying to jam it in front. It's intercepted by Ladouceur. And Ladouceur plays it out into the neutral zone, but the Islanders have it back. Long pass for Gilbert, just got back outside. Had Hamway cutting for the net, but he didn't.
Good check by Ladouceur.
Steffen out of the net, plays it around on the boards for Peter Klima. Sends it ahead for Loisel, knocked away from him by Janssen. And the Islanders back in their own zone to get control. Janssen, his pass broken up by Klima. Peter Klima in the circle, gets off the shot. Saved by Rudy on the short side. Kocur with a big hit there on Boudelaire, takes him off the puck. Still jammed up in the corner. Kissio there for the Wings along with Klima. Klima sends it back to where Boudelaire and Kocur are still tied up. Crowd wants a penalty. Boudelaire throwing the elbow at Kocur. The two of them are still jammed up there. No call made by Marwelli. Ladouceur back at his own line. 13:20 to go, second period. We're still tied at 2. Period has really tightened up much more than the first. Steps with an interception. Starts it back the other way. Across the line. Quick wrist shot. Rudy, the easy glove save. Leaves it for Boudelaire. Boudelier plays it around the boards. Duguay bumping with Hamway. Hamway got it out center ice. Hamway now rolls it ahead for Trottier. Has Gilbert with him. Gilbert couldn't handle the bouncing pass. Now rolls it right through the goal mouth. Steffen let it go, and Ogrodnik starts it back now for the wing. John Ogrodnik across the line, full head of steam. Drops it back for Duguay. Duguay shot it through. Kissio deflected it. It went wide. Trottier now bumped hard by Duguay. Trottier goes down, trying to smother the puck. Kissio digs it free. Out to the point. Barrett a drive. Rudy the save on a deflection. And Potvin starts it back for the Islanders. Center ice blocked by Barrett. Kissio couldn't get to it ahead of Morrow. And Morrow pokes it ahead to Brian Trottier. His pass intercepted by Levens. Back now for Kissio. Lead pass for Ogrodnik. Ogrodnik across the line. His shot blocked by Morrow. Up into the seats out of play. We're still tied at 2. We'll be back at the Nassau County Coliseum in just a moment. Face off deep in the Islanders zone. 12:19 to go in the second period. Wings 2 and the Islanders 2. All the scoring in the first period. Wings got the first 2. Joe Kocur is 7th. John Ogrodnik is 32nd on the power play. And then Dwayne Sutter and Mikko Makela answered for the Islanders. Islanders still with only 8 shots on goal in the hockey game. But they've had some good pressure. There's a chance for Sutter, rolling it wide of Greg Steffen, and Gallant clears it down the ice. Back to get it is Potvin. The icing call is made, and they face off back in the Red Wing zone.
Another opportunity to see the Islanders using the end boards again. Dwayne Sutter with the head of steam up down the right side. Potvin just dumped it in behind the Detroit defense, banked it off those back corners, and Sutter almost beat Steffen to the far side. He slid it across the open side.
Red Wings will be in Washington on Tuesday night before meeting the Toronto Maple Leafs in a home-and-home series that may be the last gasp effort for the Wings in their attempt to catch the Maple Leafs, who have opened up an 11-point lead for that final playoff spot in the Norris Division. After the home-and-home series next weekend, just one other game left between the two clubs, the final game of the regular season on April the 6th. Gerard Gallant sent it ahead.
Penalty coming up to, I believe, Warren Young, who was mixing it up with Dwayne Sutter. Are they both going to go? Yes, I believe they are.
Both going off.
Dwayne, it's Brent, 21, not 12. Well, between the two Sutters, they've mixed it up with most of the red and white jerseys tonight.
Penalties coming here at 8:08 of the second period. Sutter got holding, and Young sent in for roughing. Matching minors at 8:08 of the second period. Face-off right at center ice. Bourne wins the draw from Adam Oates. Pass ahead intercepted by Ladouceur. For Gallant, tipped it over for Foster. Knocked away from him. Bob Bourne starts it back. His pass almost got through to Dwayne Sutter, but it was knocked away. Now here's Gord Dineen. His pass intercepted by Larson. Leading a rush for the Wings, and Foster. Boy, that was just offside.
Yeah, you know what? He lifted his back foot up just a little bit. He really was onside, except that if he hadn't have lifted that back foot up, that would have been onside. And let's go back to the Montreal Forum once again. Ray Ferraro for the Whalers this time beats Patrick Roy to make it 2-1 Whalers. That game, 8 o'clock Eastern time start, so they're still in the first period there.
Here's Oates now, leading a 3-man rush into the zone. Drop pass, Gallant drive, and Rudy kicked it out to the blue line. Larson held it in. Foster, though, bumped to the ice, and back the other way now comes Tonelli. Gallant, good play, had Bourne covered, but then Jerry lost his balance there. Tonelli started to come into the zone, but was stopped. Now Foster moves it to Oates. Adam Oates waiting. Flips it high in the air, almost hit the scoreboard. Maybe it did. They have blown the whistle, so we'll take a break with the Wings and the Islanders tied at 2. Just about halfway through this second period. Dave Strader along with Mickey Redmond. Wings and the Islanders tied at 2. Again, all the scoring coming in the first period. Wings have registered 5 shots on goal to this point in the second period. The Islanders just 2 to add to the 6 they had in period 1. Or I should say 1 shot to add to the 7 they had in the first period. But here's an opportunity. Flatley with Kortko. Flatley the shot, Steffen the save, and he hangs on. as temper's beginning to get a bit short now. Greg Gilbert came sliding in there as Flatley was bumped a bit by Sneps. Koser was out there as well.
It's been a strange year when you look at the injuries that the Wings have had through several players. To look at that shoving and pushing again is Flatley and Big Harold Sneps. And Sneps, one of the guys that really has never been 100% since the season started. Hurting himself in training camp and missing so many hockey games. He's still not back to 100% yet.
Well, they talked about how leadership on the ice is something the Wings have lacked since the start of the year with all the young faces coming in, and who knows how that may have been changed if Harold Sneps had been 100% from the opening face-off back on October the 7th. Here's Boudelier with a drive. Stepp had gotten in the way of that. Flatley was waving at it. Well, the Wings able to clear it. Now Morrow has it. Lead pass out of the reach of Gilbert. This will be icing if Sneps gets there ahead of Flatley, and he's just able to do that. The face-off will go back into the Islander zone. Another look at Harold Sneps, acquired as a free agent from the Minnesota North Stars last year.
Here we go once again back to the Forum where the Canadians have come back for the second time and tied the hockey game. Gaston Gingras, recently called up from Sherbrooke of the American Hockey League. He always could shoot the puck, Gingras, and he just let another bullet go to beat Liut and tie that game at 2. He's got to be on your all-time name list.
Gaston Gingras. Like that one. Saw him quite a bit in the American Hockey League. Speaking of the AHL, the Adirondack Club.
The young defenseman from Hartford. Draft choice, I'm trying to
Dana
think.
Merzen.
Yeah.
Okay, there's another name.
Another good name.
I'll get back to Adirondack in a second here. As Sneps from the point took a shot. Morrow tipped it wide. Loisel trying to play it back to the point, but again, the net has come off the moorings. I mentioned seeing Gingras in the American League, and the Adirondack Wings, Detroit's farm club in the AHL, won last night 4-3 in overtime on the road in Binghamton. Eddie Mio getting the victory in goal. He is incidentally dressed as the backup tonight, rejoining the Detroit club. And that victory put Bill Dineen's team back in first place in the North Division by a point over the Maine Mariners with 2 games at hand. And with all the shuffling that's been going on, Bill Dineen has done a fine job with that Adirondack club to keep them in first place. His son Gord, a defenseman for the Islanders, hasn't seen too much ice time here tonight. Persson sends it ahead for Trottier. Right wing for Flatley. Flatley trying to get by Sneps, but he won't do it as Harold threw a pretty good tackle at him there.
Check there.
Islanders really starting to throw their bodies around a little bit. They're going to try to get this crowd into it. Late battle in the corner. Now it comes free in front for Flatley. A shot. Steppen, a nice save. An off-speed shot, but it was headed for the corner, and Steppen got the skate on it.
Well, Flatley and Sneps have come together 4 times in the last couple of minutes.
Here's a steal by Kortko, but he's checked now by Loisel. Got it to the point. Koser battling there with Potvin. The puck comes free. Klima has it. 1 Islander back. Persson. Klima fakes the shot, tries to go around Persson, who got his skate on it. Klima's centering pass blocked by the goaltender, Rudy. Around the boards, this should be held in by Barrett. Moves it back into the corner. Hopped over Koser stick. Kortko tries to clear. Larson held it. His pass, though, too much for Kissio to handle. Now we go back the other way now again with Stefan Persson. Long left wing pass. Kortko just tips it up into the Red Wing zone with the Islanders making a personnel change. Larson leading the rush. Across the red line. Into the zone with Duguay, and the play ruled offside. We're still tied at 2. We'll be back right after this.
As we come back, we have a look at the Montreal Forum again. Lucien Deblois has got his second goal of the hockey game. Number 27 breaking in on Liut. And that puts Montreal up for the first time in the game. Top shelf for Deblois. 3-2 Canadians.
Back here at the Nassau County Coliseum, this is Reed Larson. In his own zone, playing it ahead. It hit Trottier. Trottier gets it back for Bossy. Has Makela with him. Bossy the drive. Hit the outside of the post. Steppen had the angle. Here's Trottier with a drive and a big save there by Steppen. And back comes Ogrodnik for the wing. Jan Ogrodnik rolls it in behind Kelly Rudy as the Islanders. They're 2 big guns getting a couple of chances. Trottier throwing his body into Kelly Kissio, and back now come the Islanders. Here's a 2-on-1 developing. Janssen rolls it across. Bossy couldn't control the pass, and Ogrodnik. Oh, he had Kissio at center ice all alone, and that Outlet pass was broken up as Steffen tried to clear it up the
penalty. Oh, yeah.
Maruelli's going to call it, and Steffen's going to argue it because that actually hit the glass before it deflected in. That's a very, very tough call.
I didn't see, David, whether it hit the glass or not. But
I thought I heard it hit the glass.
Maruelli didn't even think twice about it. Steffen now talking to him and giving him the looks. But Greg just went out of there, and, you know, sometimes the referee takes a look at the physical appearance of a player, whether the stick, he's got that stick opened up and means to raise the puck. You want to raise the puck off the ice, you open the stick up. If you don't, you turn it over. And Steffen had that stick wide open, dumped it straight into the crowd, and Maruelli made the call.
That's one of those calls that you see the goalies do that all the time, and there have been many more blatant infractions, more obvious infractions. And unless it's something that's really obvious, and in a situation where there was a lot of pressure, really there wasn't on Steffen.
No.
I mean, you could misfire the puck and clear it over the glass.
I think it should be called a lot more on all goaltenders, but you're right. I've seen a lot more examples of deliberate delay of game than right there, but Maruelli was there, made the call, and the Islanders go on a power play.
As you see, the Islanders 1 for 2 tonight. That was Mikko Makala's drive that caught the inside of the post on the short side. Sutter sends it back to the line for Potvin. Back it goes for Dwayne Sutter. Back for Dennis Potvin. Now he's broken up by Murkowski. And the puck rolling down into the Islanders zone. Murkowski with some checking. Dwayne Sutter recovers. Stefan Persson now rolls it ahead. This is Brent Sutter. Rolls it deep into the Red Wing zone. Snaps back there first. Snaps backhands it up the board. Dwayne Sutter knocks it down. Now Snaps knocks it away from him. Harold Snaps rolls it to Foster. Failed to clear. Now Snaps on the rebound off of Potvin's stick. Able to drive it all the way down the ice. Minute 20 left in the Greg Steffen penalty. Got 2 minutes for delay of game. Potvin drops it back for the trailer. Tonelli. John Tonelli across the line. Got it to Potvin. Broken up, and Foster now. One man back is Persson. Murkowski getting back into the play. Foster had a little trouble controlling the puck and made a wise move there, dropping it back to his own line when he didn't have any scoring opportunity. Here comes Chahaki now in off the bench on a change. Running hard into Dwayne Sutter. Back the other way comes Tonelli for the Islanders across the line. Tonelli holding up just inside the blue line. Rolls it across for the late man, Johnson. And they tried to set up Brent Sutter over there, and he fanned on it. Loisel with some room flips it over the head of the Islander defense. Back into the New York zone. Half a minute left in the Detroit penalty. Thomas Johnson winding it up again for the Islanders across the line. Left wing it goes to Makala in front for Trottier. Deflected it just wide. Now Chahaki is there. He backhands it all the way down the ice.
That might just do it. 15 seconds to go.
Chahaki looking good as a penalty killer. That's one of the areas he worked on in Adirondack. Here's Makala, nice move, drops it back for Bossy with a drive, and Steffen just got the glove on that. That one was ticketed. Back to the point, Boudelaire banned on it, and Wings failed to get it out. Pressure here, Makala drops it back, quick shot, and it deflects into Greg Steffen's glove. We have a whistle, so we'll take a break with the Wings of the Islanders tied at 2. We're back at the Nassau County Coliseum. Dave Strader along with Mickey Redmond as the Wings have just killed off an Islander power play. We remain tied at 2-2. Islanders with the last 5 shots on goal in this second period. Draw comes back to Larson as Oates won the draw again, but the Islanders regain control. It's out to Boyd at the point. A shot tipped wide of Greg Steffen. Warren Young rolls it across for Oates. He has Gallant with him into the zone. Oates trying to split the defense. Leaves it for Gallant. Gallant pulls the goaltender out. His shot hit the post. Tough angle there. And the Islanders come back down the ice flatly. And Bourne. Now Kortko getting into it. Drop pass for Bourne. Bourne takes the shot. Steffen got his blocker on it and deflects it up into the seats.
Second intermission coming up in 5:46. We're going to have an interesting feature. The international intrigue of Peter Klima coming out of Czechoslovakia and Germany. And feature Jim Lights, executive vice president of the Red Wings, talks about what they went through to get Peter Klima out and all the intriguing things that happened. You look at that replay of Gallant hitting the post, and a lot of the stories that I've heard, David, about Peter Klima's venture, boy, I'll tell you, there's some hair-raising things.
Well, they met in a town called Neusdorf at the foot of the Bavarian Alps, and Jim Lights was saying there's only a handful of people that live in that town, and You would think it would be hard to pull something like that off.
Hard
they were
to
able
hide.
to do it. Here's a shot right in front. They score. Bobby Bourne on a backhander.
A weak one at that, but a perfectly placed shot by Bob Bourne on the backhand. Right off the face-off, the puck was held in by Stefan Persson, and he just dumped it back in front. There's Persson right there, number 7. Bourne in the middle, and it's just a perfect backhand shot inside that far post. 5:41 to go, 3-2 Islanders. And you mentioned, David, that second intermission that Greg Stephan was talking to you about getting down low, and he looked like he had a little bit of trouble there bending over.
Bob Bourne getting the goal, just his 8th of the season. Stefan Persson will draw 1 assist, so we'll have to wait for the other one. Puck flipped back into the Islanders zone. Oates in quickly on Persson. Galana's there. Persson goes down on top of the puck.
These guys might have had our feed down there in the dressing room in the intermission. Heard what you said. A perfect
low on
shot.
Stephan.
Yeah. Bobby Bourne, the veteran Islander player for Al Arbor. He's had some good seasons, Bob Bourne has. He's been injury riddled the last couple of years. But Bourne was such an important factor in those 4 Stanley Cups for the Islanders, starting in 1980. Born out of Kindersley, Saskatchewan. Remember Kansas City Scouts. Bobby Bourne was their draft choice, third draft choice in 1974. 12th year as a professional. He only played 44 games last year, had knee and shoulder problems.
Ron Duguay lines up across from Trottier, who wins the draw. Now Tonelli sent it back behind his own net. Wings trailing now 3-2 on that goal by Bob Bourne. Pat Flatley drew an assist on the play along with Stefan Persson. Duguay brings it in off sides.
Close.
Ron Duguay, of course, the former New York Ranger. Had a lot of great battles against this Islander club. That's a great rivalry, the Islanders and Rangers.
Well, they love to get on Doogie with his long hair. And
well, they were doing it in Philadelphia, too, when we had our TV game back in late January.
Well, you know, you get this eastern seaboard area, such great exposure with the television and the cable with the Islanders and the Rangers and the Devils and Philadelphia, boy. So a lot of people see a lot of hockey games.
This is Levens now for the Wings, sending it ahead for Duguay. Knocked away from him. Levens has it trailing the play. Backhand shot, missed it on the short side. Ogrodnik takes it down. We're going to get a penalty on Trottier, and that was a tough call.
Trottier with his hands out like, well, you got to be kidding. All I did was stand there, and Ogrodnik fell over top of me. 3-2 Islanders, 4:41 to go. We'll be back in a moment. Here you see our time and score. Islanders 3-2. Detroit going on the power play with the extra man. Ogrodnik doing a little bit of extra work on this one. Johnny just said, I think I'll fall down here. Maybe he'll call it, and sure enough he did. You might consider that one a makeup for the Stephan penalty at the other end a few moments ago.
Marwelli was on the other side of it, so I'm sure it looked a lot worse from his angle than it did from our side.
Yeah.
Persson looks to clear it around. Ogrodnik knocks it down. Wings with the extra man. Foster behind the goal line, plays it back up the boards. Larson pinched in, holding it there with his skate. Kortko goes down on top of the puck.
Dave, you notice right there, you see the Red Wings only had Foster alone in the corner. They had both Duguay and Ogrodnik out in front of the net. Now the Islanders in their power play, when they had it down at this end of the first period, you could see they had 2 men actually on the puck. One man took the body, played the Red Wing player. The second guy would pick up the puck. With the extra man, you've almost got to have 2 people trying to isolate the other team on a 2-on-1.
Islanders do a lot of great passing in close quarters like that. Flyers do it as well on their power play.
You have to point out, too, that a lot of that was Bossy and Trottier, and they're 2 of the best in the business.
Here's Duguay taking it off the board.
Perfect example right there. Larson played the body, Duguay the puck.
Here's the shot by Duguay. Rudy the save. Puck got to the line. Kissio failed to hold it in, but he did a good job of preventing Kortko from breaking away.
He gets that. He's gone all the way from his own blue line. There was nobody back. But that was perfect right there. Larson pinched in, belted the Islander player in the corner, took him off the puck, and there was Duguay to pick it up. Captain Dennis Potvin having a chat with Marwelli, I'm sure, like talking about the penalty and letting him know his displeasure. Denny Potvin, 13th year as a pro, come out of the Ottawa 67s back in 1973. First draft choice of the Islanders.
Not a bad one either.
He was first overall in the National League that year as well. 5-time first All-Star.
Kissio rolls it in for Duguay. It went through. Rudy had to make a save. Now it's cleared by Flatley center ice. Quickly, Larson deflects it to Ogrodnik. Waiting for Kissio to get back onside. So Ogrodnik drives it back in behind the Islander goal. Randy Boyd tries to play it up the boards. It's blocked there by Ogrodnik. He and Flatley slapping away at it. It comes to Duguay. Rolls by him. Foster will pick it up. Wade Foster got it to Duguay.
Duguay didn't look. Nobody back there.
55 seconds left in the Trottier penalty. Wink still with time with the man advantage. Larson makes a move, gets into the zone, drops it for Kosar. Joe with the shot. Rudy the save. Morrow clears it high off the glass. It comes to Larson. Reed Larson has Ogrodnik in front with a shot. Hit the post.
Oh, boy.
One of the rare times you won't see Ogrodnik really drill it. Here's Loisel with a shot. Never really got it teed up. It was blocked by Persson. Now behind the net, Larson on a wraparound attempt. Rudy held his ground. Portko firing it off the boards and out to center ice.
You know, Ogrodnik didn't even have to drill it that time. He had an open corner, and he just made a nice little punch at it. He thought he had it, and it cranked it right off the goalpost.
Morrow looking to clear it down the ice. Does. Barrett back to get it ahead of Janssen. 10 seconds left now in the Trottier penalty. Wings have had some chances. But the Islanders preventing the Wings from doing any damage. Good forechecking here by Brent Sutter. Trottier out of the penalty box. Teams are at full strength. 2.5 remaining here in the second period. The 3-2 Islander lead. Little mix-up in front of the Islander bench. Dwayne Sutter. His pass intercepted by Peter Klima. Klima across the line, winds up for the drive, and he missed it just high and wide. Boy, did he get all of that one.
Sure did.
Klima deflects the clearing pass, but Kosar couldn't pick it up, and the Islanders have cleared it all the way down the ice. First one back is Barrett to touch it.
Boy, Klima's fun to watch. When he gets rolling, he's got some moves. Boy, he's like a monkey on a high wire. He's all over the place. Here's an update out of Edmonton tonight. The Boston Bruins on an extended road trip. The Oilers lead them 2-1. The only goal scorer we had in the game was Lumley for the Oilers. That Montreal Hartford, the update game for the local show here in Long Island. 1-1. The St. Louis Blues and the Pittsburgh Penguins. Here's a look at that play. See, Johnny see the opening he had to the blocker side, stick side of Kelly Rudy. Nice setup by Reed Larson on that play.
Back the other way now. This is Dwayne Sutter, little head and shoulder fake. Schneps didn't go for it.
Watch these two. Look. Schneps took a polo punch at him and he never got a call. Now look at Sutter now. He's going to go and plead his case with Marawelli.
Marawelli had his head turned. He did not see the punch.
Well, you know, Schneps, he's just sitting back there and saying, well, come on. If you want to go, let's go. Let's not fool around here.
Right.
Let's get it over with. Oh, boy. Watch these two, Schneps and Dwayne Sutter. It's about the 5th time they've come together. Watch the smack by. He missed him, but
Sutter knew that the punch came by his ear. He had to hear that.
Quiet, simple little game.
Oh, yeah.
No place for a nervous person.
1:55 to go, second period. 3-2 the Islanders lead. Ladouceur rolls it into the Islanders zone. It's cleared right back to the line. And picked up by Tonelli. John Tonelli. Bumped there by Schneps. There's Sutter. He was bumped by Schneps as well, as the crowd's starting to get on Harold Schneps a little bit. He's really causing some problems
well,
out there.
Go.
Now we're going to have
Tonelli and Warren Young. They're going to be doubles here, elbowing and hooking, I believe. John Tonelli. Tonelli's circling the wagons here. He's trying to get at Warren Young. It's a back checking by Tonelli and Warren Young. Warren's got a hold of his stick. See right there? Warren had the glove on Tonelli's stick. He got frustrated, and they end up getting a couple of penalties apiece. And now Schneps and Dwayne Sutter threaten to get at it, and these people want to see them go as they're getting Young and Tonelli to the dressing room with only 1:32 to play in the second period. And Schneps and Dwayne Sutter threaten each other.
Gallant was there as well.
And guess who's keeping Schneps out of the play? Brent Sutter. He's trying to settle him down. And Sutter's got his stick broken in half, and I'll bet you that's from a cross check. Right where the stick is broken is Leon Stickle takes it to the penalty box. That's usually the sign of a real good cross check.
Gallant going to the dressing room as well. I could hear Gallant with that microphone down there say, let us play the game. Here we'll get the calls. Young got the elbow call.
Ooh,
10-minute misconduct on Gallant. That's a tough call. With all the guys jawing at each other.
I'm sure that Dwayne Sutter will get 10 as well. Oh,
see, he singles out Gallant with all the guys there.
It's unbelievable. I didn't see anything that Gallant deserved any penalty for, let alone a 10-minute misconduct.
Well, he was circling around the outside of the pack and was really trying to get at one of the two Sutters, and they had to separate them. But
boy, that's. Well, you can see why.
Everybody's involved out there. Why single out one player?
Gallant's upset. He wants to play hockey.
That's what he said. I mean, he let us play the game.
He said, I missed enough of this year already.
Yeah,
I don't need any misconducts on top of that for as little as I just did.
Minute 32 to go here in the second period. Young off for elbowing, Tonelli for hooking, and as Mickey said, they went down to their respective dressing rooms with only a minute 32 to go in the period. Islanders with a 3-2 lead. Al Arbor behind his troops.
Well, through all of that, we'll still end up with 5 skaters apiece.
Islanders lost 5-1 in Buffalo last night, and with Pittsburgh beating Detroit in Detroit, Islanders just 3 points ahead of the Penguins for that third spot in the Patrick division. Foster in doing some forechecking. Puck comes out to the point. Snaps with a drive, and he missed the net. Back the other way now. Mikko Makela, lead pass intended for Trottier was deflected by Ladouceur. And if that gets through, Trottier's off to the races in alone.
Mike Bossy has never failed to score 50 goals in a season since he came into the National Hockey League 9 years ago. 8 times he's had better than 50 goals. 4 times 60 or better. I think 69 was his high in 1978-79.
Steps up from behind his own net. Just over a minute remaining in the period. Flips it into the corner wide of Kelly Rudy. Boyd is in there. Plays it away from Foster up to the point. Held in by Ladouceur, but he lost sight of the puck. And the Islanders able to get it back in the neutral zone. Lead pass for Janssen too far. Snaps handling the puck. Hearing it from the crowd every time he touches it. Deflects off of Chahaki deep into the Islanders zone. Now Boyd, checked by Chahaki. Plays it up the left wing side. Trottier has it there. Trottier drops it back for Makela. Mikko Makela checked by Larson. Got it to the line. It was blocked. Now Makela gets it the second time, and he was sent to the ice by Barrett.
He sure leveled him, didn't he?
Lead pass for Foster. Has Klima ahead of him, but couldn't hit him with the pass as the Red Wing veteran Foster just flips it in wide of the Islander net. 14 seconds left in the period. Wings have made a change. Trottier dropped it back for Potvin. Dennis Potvin winds up, fakes the shot. Tried to set up Bossy, who lost it. Lead pass now for Kissio. Just a couple of seconds remaining, though. And the buzzer sounds before the Wings can get any kind of a shot away. Once again, we remind you, Mick, don't mean to interrupt you there, but want to remind our viewers that we have that feature coming up with Peter Klima, or about Peter Klima, with Executive Vice President Jim Leitz, who was so involved in getting Peter out of Czechoslovakia and eventually West Germany.
Well, I know that feature is going to be more exciting than that second period was, because that wasn't much of a period of hockey at all from either side. Very close checking, actually, by both teams. And we just had the 1 goal scored by the Islanders and Bobby Bourne. But after really opening it up right off the bat in that first period, it was really a tight checking, kind of a kitty bar the door second period. So let's hope she opens up a little in the third.
Stay tuned for our feature. Jim Leitz talking about the defection of Peter Klima. And we'll be back with more after that, with the score at the end of 2. The Islanders 3 and the Red Wings 2. We're back at the Nassau County Coliseum, and you've only missed 10 seconds of action, but we've had an Islander goal. You see Reed Larson here behind the net. Lost the puck right off the end of his stick. Bourne got it to a teammate there. I believe it was Bossy, and then it was Kortko in the slot that drove it home. Maybe that was Flatley. Just 10 seconds into the third period, the Islanders have opened up a 4-2 lead. Roger Kortko getting the goal. It was Pat Flatley. And Bourne. Here's another opportunity. Bourne, top of the circle. Quick shot. He scored! 31 seconds into the third period, and we've got a 5-2 hockey game. Here we see it again. Bobby Bourne with a wrist shot. I believe that was redirected by the teammate that was standing in the circle. We'll get another look at it here. Here's Bourne. No, it hit the Red Wing player. Bob Bourne is second of the night and 9th of the season at the 31-second mark. Kortko and Flatley assisting on that second goal. Well, the Wings had their work cut out for them anyway, trailing 3-2, and now it is 5-2. Very quick goals as Trottier clears it up the right wing side. Fossey got it to the line. Levens held it in. Jim Levens now gets by Trottier. Tries to center it for Duguay. Deflects to Persson, who sends it down the ice. 2-on-1. Macklin, Bossy. Macklin, his pass was blocked by Barrett. Back to get it now, Ogrodnik. Ogrodnik lost it. Barrett picks it up, sends it ahead for Levens. Right wing for Duguay. Slaps it in behind Kelly Rudy. Minute and a half gone by here in the third period. 5-2 Islanders lead with a couple of goals in the first half minute. One at the 10-second mark and one at the 31-second mark. Kelly Kissio now back with Duguay. Duguay drop pass for Ogrodnik. Ogrodnik in deep and never got the shot away. And he was belted there by Janssen, and he's going to get a hooking penalty here, so the Wings will go on the power play. And Mickey, just the thing that Brad Park didn't want to have happen was the Islanders to come out quickly. It was, as you mentioned, not really a well-played second period, but the Wings managed to stay close as we see Janssen dumping Ogrodnik. But the Islanders came out and got a couple of quick ones.
Well, 10 seconds into the period, they hurt. The first minute, the last minute of a period, you don't like to get scored on. Last couple of minutes, actually. But, boy, when they come out of that locker room and 10 seconds in, they score one. 31 seconds in, they get another. That just takes the heart right out of your hockey club. As you mentioned, they were going to have to fight from behind as it is, but all of a sudden, bang, it's a 3-goal lead, and momentum's on the Islanders' side.
Here's Adam Oates now in the circle, rolling it across to an open point. Levens has to go back to get it in the neutral zone. Wings with the extra man as Young pokes it into the corner. Morrow checked there by Oates. Larson is there as well. They jam it up. Morrow comes up with the puck, plays it around Levens. Unable to get over there quickly enough to hold it in. Minute and a half remaining in the Red Wing power play.
You know, they'd love to get one back right here to get back into this hockey game. It's going to take the extra man. Still a minute 20 to go.
Levens winds up, drives it off the boards. Rudy unable to stop it. Oates tied up Tonelli, but Tonelli still got a piece of it. John Tonelli rolls it to the line. Larson held it in, but he's slapped it right off Tonelli, who starts back the other way. John Tonelli, nice move on Levens. Gets in for the soft shot, and Steffen makes the save.
Oh. Larson tried to tuck it underneath Steffen. Good thing that puck stopped. Yeah. And they want a penalty call as Tonelli with that tenacious work. It's vintage John Tonelli. He had Levens beat to the outside. He just didn't have any steam left. Good move there. He tucked that puck in close to his feet, went to the outside, and Levens had a pretty good bite on him. Reed tried to tuck it underneath Steffen, and he did that. It went right behind him, but stopped right there.
In case you've joined us late, a couple of quick goals in the third period. Roger Kortko is fifth from Pat Flatley and Bob Bourne at the 10-second mark of the third. That made it 4-2. And then Bob Bourne is second of the night, 9th of the season. Here's a shot, shorthanded opportunity for Persson off the draw.
You look at that John Tonelli, David, what a feather in his cap was 2 years ago when he was the MVP in the Canada Cup. A guy not known for his offensive abilities like the Bosses and Trottiers, just a checker, but boy, he's doing it all for the Islanders.
Potvin clears it all the way down the ice, right at Steffen. Half a minute left in this Red Wing power play, and they really need to get one here, as Mickey said, to get back in the hockey game. They trail by 3 now. Duguay drops it back for Ladouceur. Randy Ladouceur across the line. Flips it softly and then follows it into the Islanders zone. Ladouceur circling the net. Potvin checking him. Now Foster ran into Potvin. Ladouceur with a chance here. And it's loose at the side of the net. Foster unable to tuck it home, and he looks up in disbelief as Marwelli had blown the whistle.
I don't know how Rudy kept that one out. Dwight Foster was jumping him back, and then look at Potvin with the stick up right there on Dwight Foster. Boy, dangerous. And watch the puck bounce crazily in back, and look what happened. Got the goal stick on it. Foster did get a piece of it underneath Rudy's glove, and he stopped it with that big goal stick. Watch this, right there. Boy, Dwight Foster is not exactly a lucky person around the net. Never has been.
Face off to the right of the Islander net. Just 7 seconds left in that Janssen penalty.
I ran into Larry Zub before the hockey game. He's the, if you will, the director of travel for the Forum Club. They're here 50 strong tonight. The Nassau Coliseum, enjoying themselves. Saw them around the hotel this afternoon.
Ladouceur with a drive, just missed it on the short side. Bossy rolling it out center ice. Johnson out of the box. Islanders at full strength. Ladouceur making a strong move into the zone. Morrow ties him up. Puck goes to Trottier. Clears it around on the near side for Janssen. Barrett checking him. Wings defense going to have to pinch in and take chances. Trailing by 3 in the third period. Puck finally comes out center ice, so Grodnick drops it back to the defense. It got by Barrett. Back to get it. Bossy right in after him. Outlet pass goes to Ogrodnik, right wing for Duguay. Duguay back for Ogrodnik up the center with a drive and a save by Rudy. Here's Barrett now with a shot, and that'll be, no, I thought Rudy was going to hold it, but he cleared it off there. Trottier to Bossy. Back to Trottier between the circles. Barrett, good job knocking Trottier off the puck. So Ogrodnik sends it ahead for Duguay.
I think that shot of Ogrodnik's may have beaten Rudy and caught the outside of the goalpost.
He really did the butterfly to try to get a piece of it. Here's Bossy now trying to go between the legs of Levens, who had that figured out. Now Koser into the neutral zone. Boyd intercepts for the Islanders across for Janssen. Janssen drives it back in behind Steffen. It comes up the boards. Brent Sutter checked by Koser. Boyd comes in. It's poked away by Levens down the ice. Kelly Rudy coming out of his net to leave it there for Janssen. Quick outlet pass too far for Dwayne Sutter. Here's Sneps rolling it to Claude Loisel, who's out there with Chris Chahaki and Joe Koser right now. Loisel lost it there to Brent Sutter. Islanders will be in no hurry to put any more goals on the board. They have the 3-goal lead on home ice in the third period. Brent Sutter lost it to Loisel. Loisel drops it back up the boards. And picking it up on the go is Levens. Levens across the red line. Long shot. Rudy kicks that aside. Chahaki follows in. Takes it behind the net. Janssen ties him up. Here's Loisel coming in to help out. Puck comes straight. Chahaki quick backhander save. Another chance. Rudy stops that before Klima could get on the rebound. With the Islanders leading the Red Wings 5-2. We'll be back in just a moment.
In a recent independent test, new car shoppers compared Renault Alliance to Toyota Corolla. In riding comfort, Renault won. Driving ease, Renault won. In styling, comfort, and convenience, Renault won. In fact, Renault won over Toyota in 29 out of 30 categories. Renault Alliance, with 550 plus, America's best small car protection.
Get 7.5 factory financing or up to $700 back on any new Renault Alliance or Encore.
There you see the time remaining in the third period. The Islanders with a 5-2 lead over the Red Wings. The face-off deep in the Islander zone.
Good couple of moves by Chris Chahaki just a moment ago. We're going to get a look at it right now. There's the first one, a good stop by Rudy and a rebound. Chahaki went for his own and got it. Kelly Rudy stopped that, and the crowd starts to chant, Rudy, Rudy.
Ball came back to Ladouceur, and that was deflected way up in the crowd as Oates again cleanly won that face-off. You mentioned Larry Zub, the trips director for the Forum Club, 50 strong here tonight at the Nassau Coliseum. 3 of them stopped me in the hotel lobby as we get another look at that shot by Ladouceur. Cindy Denise and Bonnie said specifically to say hello to Claire, she'd be very upset. So hello to Claire from
Hi, Claire.
Cindy Denise and Bonnie.
Hi, Claire, don't be upset.
Ladouceur back now deep in his own zone. Lost it to Flatley, rolls it in front for Bourne, but Oates got in the way of that. Ladouceur's going to go off for
the wings. Flatley is dumped. 5-2 Islanders, 13:50 go. We'll be back in a moment.
Wait. I only paid for one pizza. And Little Caesars gave me 2.
So they goofed. Let's split.
Uh-huh. It wouldn't be right.
Oh, are those pizzas gonna taste good?
Not with a guilty conscience.
Yes, sir.
Look, I only paid for one pizza.
That's right. The second one's free.
Little Caesars. When you make a pizza this good, one just isn't enough.
Hey, let me carry that for you. I'll carry it.
Lattisaur off for tripping at 6:08 of the third. Islanders with a 5-2 lead.
Have a look at the reason that the Islanders are going on the power play. Lattisaur loses the puck, puts the hook on Pat Flatley. And that's all she wrote. Flatley stays out there with Roger Kortko, the speedster at center. And Bobby Bourne, who's got 2 goals tonight for the Islanders. Janssen and Boudelier back in defense.
All right, here's Bourne in the circle. Quick shot. Knocked down in front. It bounces to Murkowski, who starts it back for the Wings. Glenn Murkowski shot from center ice. Rudy deflected that up into the crowd. I want to mention some other names here. I mentioned the Forum Club. There's 5 guys here, all from Wayne, Michigan. Dave Gibson, Don McGowan, John Walker, Clyde Ayers, and Charlie Copeland. All wanted us to say hello to their friends back in Wayne.
I'll tell you, the Forum Club are quite a group. They really are diehard hockey fans, boy. They travel to different cities every year, and I think they're also going into Toronto, they said, next weekend. Right. March 1st game, Detroit at Toronto. They stick by this hockey club.
Well, their motto is Forum, win or lose. Here's Barrett with a drive off the faceoff, and Rudy holds on to that. Wing shorthanded for another minute 45 seconds. Randy Lattisaur in the box.
I don't think they enjoy these trips too much, do you?
2 o'clock in the afternoon, 5 hours from the start of the game, and they were having a heck of a time. Loisel wins the draw cleanly again. It went between Barrett and Levens all the way down to Greg Steffen. Steffen now plays it up the boards. Kortko able to knock it down. Roger Kortko got things going in this third period for the Islanders. Plays it to Boudelier, back for Kortko. To the line. Here's Johnson with a drive. Steffen the save. Clears it up the glass. Loisel swung at it, but missed flatly. To Boudelier, back to the point now for Janssen. In the middle of the box, flatly a drive. He missed it wide. Steffen pokes it to the corner. Barrett, good job screening. Bourne off the puck.
See him use that body, Johnny Barrett.
But Bourne comes out with it, drops it back. Janssen stick handling, and could never really pull the trigger. Kind of rolled off his stick wide.
He kept waiting and waiting.
Here's Flatley right in front of Chip. Save on Bourne.
Big stop by Steffen and Bobby Bourne going for the hat trick. And that one caromed right up into the crowd. Right off the stick of Steffen and the Islander player in front. So have a look at that Islander pressure. There's Bourne all alone in front. Look at that. Bang, bang. One times it. Steffen made the stop. And then Barrett comes in there, and somehow she got up into the crowd.
Now, Mickey, would there be a lot of communication as far as Bourne yelling at Flatley, telling him he's there, or is that a situation where you expect the teammate to be there on that power play?
It's a situation where he might not yell because he's there all alone and he doesn't want to give himself away. If the defenseman turns his back and you sneak in there like that, then you don't want to give up your position by letting somebody know by yelling.
Persson stopped by Greg Steffen. It goes to Potvin. Persson, Bossy. Checked there by Larson before he could get the good shot away. Cleared up the boards. And it's held in. Potvin got it to Bossy. Quick pass. Makela out to the point for Persson. Tipped by Foster and recovered by Murkowski. Murkowski will drive it down the ice. Up around the boards. Foster centering it for Murkowski. Winds up, but Potvin got a piece of it. 20 seconds left in the Detroit penalty. Just over 12 minutes remaining here in the third period. It's a 5-2 Islander lead. Steffen out of the net to play the puck back up the glass. Bossy knocks it down. Into the corner for Makela. Makela has a man in front. The pass for Trottier just rolled by his stick. Trottier along the boards, lost it to Snefts, who clears it down the ice. Lattisaur out of the box.
That'll be an icing call as Lattisaur was already out. And as Potvin touches it, we'll take a break. 5-2 Islanders, 11:44 to go.
Shari Rara Geisel did a smart thing. With help from the Michigan National Banks, she's building a new dance studio to replace the one destroyed by fire. Soon, Shari will be passing along her love of dance, just as she's been doing for the past 20 years. We think it's smart to help people like Shari. Smart for business, smart for the communities we serve. At Michigan National, we're not just committed to good banking. We're committed to people. Michigan National Banks. The smart money is with us.
Face off to the left of Greg Steffen. 11:44 to go, third period. We've just had an icing call on the Red Wings. Ladisur's penalty ended just as the puck was cleared down the ice.
You think that guy's a hockey fan? He sits there and never looks at the ice surface. He got his back to the ice surface and watches the fans with security all night long, and not once, he tells me, does he look at the ice. Do you believe him? It's got to be difficult to do.
I guess the answer is no, he's not a hockey fan. Long pass for Grodnik, breaking into the zone, tried to set up Duguay. Out of his reach, and Rudy came out of the net, cleared it out to center ice. Brent Sutter rolls it across for brother Dwayne, has Tonelli heading for the net. The pass blocked by Barrett. Dwayne Sutter sends it around the boards. This is Tonelli. Tonelli, his pass for Potvin. Duguay stepped in front of that. On Duguay, checked from behind by Dwayne Sutter. Ken Morrow, one of the heroes of that 1980 gold medal U.S. Olympic team in Lake Placid. He was a hero for the Islanders on several occasions, too, including last year when he scored that big goal in the fifth and deciding game of the opening round series against the Rangers.
He had a couple of overtime goals in those 4 Stanley Cup years as well.
Brent Sutter broken up before he could get a threat going. Back comes Chris Chahaki now for the Wings. Trying to get by Persson, who checked him off the puck. Lead pass center ice now. This is Flatley one-on-one, or no, that's Hamway. Hamway trying to get around Ladouceur, took him down. Centering pass deflected by Chahaki, and back comes John Ogrodnik. Ogrodnik sends it ahead for Chahaki. The native of Warren, Michigan, carries into the zone. Persson meets him again.
If Persson plays the body, doesn't he? That's twice in a row he's taken Chris out of the play. Good, solid defensive work by Stefan Persson.
Here's Greg Gilbert. Don't think we've seen that much of him tonight. Now Hamway trying to center for Gilbert. Loisel was there to knock it away. Gilbert trying to center it as he holds off Loisel with one hand. Now Trottier steps into Loisel. Puck goes back along the end boards. Larson is there. Gilbert checking him. Ladouceur there to help out as well. Larson clears it up. It's blocked by Trottier. Trottier along the goal line, tries to bring it in front, hit the side of the net. Now Hamway checked by Ladouceur again as Larson controls for the wing. His clearing attempt stopped by Trottier, who couldn't hold it in the zone. Center ice, Klima trying to break with it. Peter Klima, though, knocked off the puck, and the Islanders have it back. Islanders on a line change there as the puck hit Flatley. Flatley now to Kortko. Poke check by Ladouceur. Randy Ladouceur now looking for an open teammate. Plays it out center ice. Murkowski up there by Janssen. Bob Bourne drops it back to Boyd. Peter Klima out there for the Wings hasn't exactly seen a regular shift tonight, Mick.
No, he hasn't. Brad Parker's been mixing up the lines quite a bit the last few games.
Here's Snaps in front for Foster. Redirected it wide, and then on the rebound, he looked like he had a lot of room, and he missed the net again.
That's the kind of bad luck that Dwight Foster has around the net.
Flatley now with a strong move. Checked by Snaps, drops it to Kortko. Backhander, and Steffen stopped that. Islanders keep the pressure on. Kortko moves it to Bourne behind the net. Pass in front, nicely blocked by Snaps. And Klima clears it ahead for Murkowski. 8.5 remaining here in the third period. Wings trailing 5-2. It was 3-2 coming into the third. Islanders scored at the 10-second mark and then the 31-second mark. Flatley across the line waiting for some teammates. Drops it back to Ken Morrow. Morrow flips it in behind Greg Steffen. Levens has it there now for the Wings. Jim Levens, lead pass deflected by Makela. Taken by Foster. Foster plays it off the boards for Murkowski. Trailing the play, Young couldn't pick up the puck, and back come the Islanders. Center ice for Mikko Makela. Drops it for Bossy with a bouncing shot, the save made. Makela, the backhander, and Steffen able to hang on to that. So with the Wings trailing by a score of 5-2, we'll be back right after this.
I've been crazy for you girls since we were terrible twos. In a butterfly string to fit a 501 blues. Now our bodies grew up different, and I love your ways and means. Cause Levi's always understood it's all in the jeans.
7:51 remaining here in the third period. Wings trailing the New York Islanders 5-2, mainly on the strength of those very quick 2 goals early in the third period. Draw comes to Bossy, was poke checked by Ogrodnik, 3-man rush for the Wings. Ogrodnik across the line, right wing for Kissio, across for Duguay, couldn't get a stick on it. And it's cleared center ice. Big collision there.
By Barrett again, he levels Trottier. He's been throwing his weight around all night long, John Barrett has.
Potvin clears it to Trottier. Trottier, center ice pass, blocked by Larson, but he lost it to Bossy, and alone, saved by Steffen. Boy, did Bossy let that go in a hurry. Left wing for Ogrodnik. Ogrodnik with a drive, and Kelly Rudy the save. Boy, Bossy looked up, and he figured he had Steffen beat, so instead of skating in closer, just let it go.
I think Steffen made the stop right off his foot. Larson had trouble handling the puck, and the slick Bossy just picked his pocket. And watch Bossy. He didn't even really stop skating. He thought he'd catch Steffen napping. He didn't. And Greg played it well and got the kick save on it.
Bossy needs just 1 goal to tie Guy Lafleur on the all-time NHL goal-scoring list.
For 9. Yep,
There it is right there.
What a player he is, Mike Bossy.
And if he doesn't get hurt, he should not fail to score 50 goals again this year.
That's for sure. He got 43 coming into tonight.
Steps in his own zone. Rolls it back to Ladouceur. Even 7 minutes remaining in the third. Ladouceur drops it back. It was deflected by Dwayne Sutter. But Sneps is there, rolling it to Adam Oates. Oates plays it off the boards now for Warren Young. Back for Sneps. Center ice for Ladouceur. Islanders not giving the Wings any room in the neutral zone. Oates trying to break through. Rolled it in on Kelly Rudy, who's able to smother the puck. Don't forget our next telecast here on TV 20 this coming Tuesday night, February the 25th, when Mickey and I will be at the Cap Center in Landover, Maryland. Wings of the Washington Capitals. 8 o'clock will be on the air. Capitals will be looking for a measure of revenge, I'm sure, for the 7-0 pasting they took at the hands of the Red Wings at the Joe Louis Arena back in late January.
Now, this Patrick division is certainly one of the more competitive divisions. I think probably the most competitive division of all is that Adams division with Boston, Montreal, Buffalo, and Quebec. And now the Hartford Whalers. But, boy, this division with the Islanders, they're 3 up on Pittsburgh, 6 on the Rangers, only 9 behind Washington.
All right, here's Sneps clearing it ahead for Gerard Gallant. Gallant got it to the line, but not out. Brent Sutter got it to Tonelli with a shot in front.
Ooh, right off the ankle. Brent Sutter, he's down.
He's back up now, though. He realizes the play continues.
Dwayne
Sutter out to Morrow. Morrow, wrist shot in toward the goal, fired it wide, trying to set up Tonelli, I believe. Sneps and Tonelli battling on the ice. The 227s really going after each other. And Warren Young has it left wing side. Young now with some room, makes a move, carries into the Islander zone, holds up on Boudelier. Pass in front, tipped, and Rudy had to make the save on Gerard Gallant. Loisel tried to feed the point, but the Islanders have that. Dwayne Sutter and Warren Young renewing their acquaintance there.
Oh, Wayne Bonnie goes and breaks it up. Oh, boy.
Back the other way now, John Barrett. Flips it up into the Islander zone. Rudy at the side of the net, leaves it for Dennis Potvin. Long outlet pass for Trottier. It bounced off his stick at center ice. Trying to break in alone. Greg Steffen plays it around the boards. Gilbert knocks it down. Quick shot. Oh, and it deflected off of Hamway after the first save, and Steffen able to glove it out of the air. We'll be back with the Wings trailing by 3 in just a moment.
Coke is me, and Coke is you. Coke belongs to you and everything you do. You know you're going one better. We've got a taste for you. Coca-Cola.
Kids 12 and under can win 4 great tickets to the Ice Capades, March 11th through 16th at Joe Louis Arena. Plus, attend the party featuring the Ewoks. Details wherever Coca-Cola is sold.
5-2 Islanders, 5:12 to go here in the third period. What a juggling act that Steffen just came up with. Have a look at this. The pass in front, deflected off of Hamway. A good stop by Steffen. And then it bounced off of John Barrett and was going back in the net.
There's the earlier play where Dwayne Sutter took it right on the ankle.
On the ankle, yeah. But that puck went off of Johnny Barrett was going right in the net, and Stefan just reached out with the trapper and picked it off.
Play right in front of the Red Wing bench. Trottier pouncing on that loose puck, trying to get around Levens. Levens plays him well. Barrett comes up to get the loose puck. Gets away from Greg Gilbert's checking. Now Barrett pokes it up into the Islander zone. Barrett and Loisel in there. Bodies coming together along the boards. Koster trying to get Gilbert to go here, but Greg Gilbert, for a lot of reasons, doesn't want to, not the least of which his team is leading 5-2 late in the third period.
Well, Joey does like to stir things up. Of course, he's leading the club in penalty minutes, and now over the all-time record for the Detroit Red Wings. And they've got, let's see, exactly 20 games to go after tonight.
Well, that's a potential of 40 points, 11 points separating them from the Toronto Maple Leafs, but the Wings really have to find some offense in a hurry. That's been the big problem. Of course, they let in a lot of goals early in the year, but of late they have had a lot of trouble scoring goals. One against the Rangers last Sunday, and then the shutout in St. Louis. 3 last night against Pittsburgh. Here's Larson, top of the circle. Quick shot. Rudy, I think, got a piece of that one. Back the other way now. This is Dwayne Sutter. Nice move to get away from Duguay. Dwayne Sutter down the ice, carries into the Red Wing zone. Right wing for Brent Sutter. His shot stopped by Stefan. And back comes John Ogrodnik. Centers it for Kissio. Kissio across the line. Tried to leave it there for Duguay, but it was poked away by Randy Boyd. Now Ogrodnik jumping on the loose puck. Sent it in front. Janssen was there. Cleared it ahead now for Dwayne Sutter with Tonelli. Dwayne Sutter being checked by Ladouceur down the ice. Ladouceur takes him into the boards. Tonelli is there. He tried to center it. Kortko picks it up behind the Red Wing goal. Tries to stuff it in front. That hit Kissio. Kissio plays it up the boards for Duguay. Center ice for John Ogrodnik. One man back, Kenny Morrow. Ogrodnik with a drive. Rudy caught that in the midsection as that puck did a little bit of a dance.
Ogrodnik's getting some lumber on that puck tonight.
Ron Duguay again, center ice now. Makes a move on Ken Morrow. No place to go. Oh, he drops it back to the defense. Levens is there. Just under 3.5 remaining now in the third period. Wings trailing 5-2. Dwight Foster. Foster across the line. Saw that it was going to be offsides. Pulls it back. Now it is called offside. 3:16 to go in the third. We'll be back with the Wings trailing 5-2.
To John Kaiser, who had 6 grand openings in 3 days, Republic Airlines awards the comforts of perks.
These are enough.
To Gary McKee, who had to laugh at the same joke 6 times, Republic awards the executive suite perk.
You've earned it.
And to Nell McCarran, who had to dress for success in 6 cities, Republic awards a free trip after only 20,000 miles.
I've earned it.
We make you feel like flying. Republic Airlines.
There you see it, 3:16 to go, and the Wings trailing 5-2. Islanders blowing open a tight game in the first half minute of play in this third period. Draw control by Kortko. Back to Boudelier. Center ice now. Flatley ahead for Kortko. Kortko across the line with Bourne. Bourne takes it into the corner. Fakes the shot, holds up as Levens checks him. Now Chahaki in there as well. Puck comes free. Flatley to the line. Ken Morrow, quick shot. Step on the save. And he's able to hang on.
And Bobby Bourne out there again looking for that third goal of the night. And Al Arbor giving some ice time to Bobby Bourne. Back to the Montreal Forum, where Sylvain Turgeon has made the score 3-3. 2 by Lucien Deblois put the Canadiens up 3-2, and Turgeon ties it. Late in the second period.
Another guy that can shoot it.
Ooh, yes he can.
Face off to the right of Stepan, who has gone the distance tonight. Played just the first period last night in Detroit. Comes back to Pop, a quick shot. Bounces off a couple of bodies in front. Stepan has to cover it up. I'd like to pass along happy birthday greetings today to the lovely wife of our producer, Toby Cunningham, Denise Cunningham. Happy birthday. We won't say how many. Not that I know. And the face-off to the right of the Red Wing net. 2:51 now remaining in the third. Foster and Trottier. And it's picked off by Sneps. Backhands at center ice now for Murkowski. Trying to get by Persson. Murkowski lost it. It comes back to the point. Harold Sneps tees it up for a shot. Redirected in front. Foster being held there in the crease. Couldn't get the stick on it. Comes out to the line. Levens couldn't hold it in. Sneps backing up to his own line. Moves it to Chahaki. Gilbert right on him. Now Potvin for the Islanders. Drives it in behind Steffen. Steffen plays it up the boards himself. Held in by Trottier. Trottier and Hamway working in the Red Wing zone. Levens picks it off of the wing, sends it out center ice. Johnson back to get it. Approaching 2 minutes left in this one. Pass tipped away by Chahaki, who continues to work hard no matter what the numbers say on the scoreboard. Back comes Bobby Bourne. Left wing now for Kortko. Kortko. Nice move to get away from Barrett, but passed it to an open wing. Kortko comes back to pick it up, though, for Bourne. Bourne drop pass for Kortko. Overskates it. Poked away by Levens. And Barrett now. Might have been able to hear Greg Steffen say out this way, helping out his defense. Puck rolls down into the Islander zone. Minute and a half remaining now. Laid off the boards by Boyd, but not out. Held in by Gallant to Warren Young, breaking in. The shot bounced around, and I don't think Rudy ever had to make the save. Out to Barrett. Wristed one toward the net. That was knocked down and back the other way now, Flatley. Kortko looking for a pass. Didn't get it. Went offside.
Well, the Wings have had several chances like that tonight, where almost open net situations where the perfect pass would have resulted in an empty net goal just to dump it in, but none of them have materialized. That time it was Young and Chahaki. As you mentioned, somehow the puck did not get out towards the net. Nice little pass. Gallant kept it in to set it up, and here's Warren Young all alone, one-on-one. It was Rudy that poke checked him. He made a good job of poke checking Warren Young. It was 34 Oates, not Chahaki, with Warren Young.
Tonelli drops it back for Boudelier. Boudelier drives it in behind Steffen as we approach 1 minute remaining in this one. Barrett plays it up the right side for Koser. Leaves it there for Loisel. Loisel on the right wing looking for Joe, who had headed for the middle of the ice. And it's recovered by the Islanders. Pass out of the reach of Brent Sutter. Now Dwayne Sutter getting it to Brent. His pass intended for Bourne, broken up by Barrett. The Wings come back the other way. Barrett wristing it in wide of Rudy. Picked up Loisel, a backhander, and Rudy steered that into the corner. Bob Bourne on it for the Islanders now.
They're trying to get that third goal, aren't they? Listen to the crowd, too.
Here's the pass across now. Brent Sutter holding up on Barrett. Pass for Bourne was knocked out of the air. Bourne now in the corner, has a man open in the slot. It's Potvin with a shot, and Barrett went sliding down to block that, and Peter Klima comes up with a loose puck. Quick pass for Barrett. Was headed for the bench, didn't see it. Klima now center ice overskates the puck as the crowd helping the timekeeper here, counting down the final seconds in the hockey game as Sneps just holds on to it, and it's all over. The Islanders, on the strength of that spurt of the first half minute of play in the third period, have defeated the Red Wings by a score of 5-2. Actually, that capped off 5 consecutive Islander goals. The Wings did lead this hockey game at one point, Mickey, 2-0.
Well, at 3-2, you know it's anybody's hockey game, but those early quick goals like that, just you have any kind of momentum at all coming in and refreshed after the second intermission, it just knocks the steam right out of you, and that's exactly what happened. 31 seconds, 2 quickies, and that's all she wrote. There was nothing left.
We'll be back to wrap it up. Again, the final, Islanders 5 and the Red Wings 2. We'll be back in a moment. We're back at the Nassau County Coliseum. Final score, the Islanders 5 and the Red Wings 2. I'm Dave Strader, back along with Mickey Redmond. Let's quickly go to the third period scoring summary, brought to you by your local Shell Auto Care dealer, where it's fixed or it's free for 4,000 miles or 90 days on all repairs. Well, it was only a half minute into the period. The Islanders scored 2 goals. First, it was Roger Kortko, his 5th from Pat Flatley and Bob Bourne at the 10-second mark. That made it 4-2. Then Bob Bourne, his 2nd of the night, 9th of the season from Kortko and Pat Flatley at the 31-second mark. That made it 5-2, and that was all the scoring in the hockey game. Shots in the third, Detroit 9 for a game total of 30, and for the Islanders 12, a game total of 27. 7 losses in a row now for the Red Wings, 11 points behind the Toronto Maple Leafs. It looks like a very bleak month of March, and a very tough job ahead for Brad Park to keep this club believing in themselves.
It's going to be very, very difficult, David. I think the team is down right now as a result of those seven straight losses, and you know, you look at what they've got to do to get that playoff spot. They're having enough trouble winning one game, let alone winning 6, just to make up the 11 points. That's assuming that the Leafs don't do anything for the next 20 games, and you know they're going to win their share of games as well. So it's not a healthy situation by any means at all, but you know all they can do is go out there and not quit working. You've got to work hard. I think Brad Park indicated in the papers the last couple of days, whether we make the playoffs or not, sure, it's important, but even at that, it's important for a lot of players in this hockey club to try to establish positions. Brad coming in partway through the year, he's got to start looking at people, systems, what have you, and try to get things established to get a fresh start next year. So there's still a lot of importance left whether they make the playoffs or not.
All right, for Mickey Redmond and our producer, Toby Cunningham, I'm Dave Strader, thanking you for joining us, reminding you our next telecast this coming Tuesday night from the Cap Center in Landover, Maryland, the Red Wings and the Washington Capitals. Final score here tonight at the Nassau County Coliseum, the Islanders 5 and the Red Wings 2. Red Wing Hockey has been brought to you tonight by Renault Jeep, recognized around the world for quality and excellence in front wheel and four-wheel drive. And by Budweiser, the king of beers. Reach for that distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser. For all you do, this Bud's for you. And by Wendy's, for hamburgers that are fresh and hot off the grill. Choose fresh, choose Wendy's. And by your Greater Detroit Midas dealers, for exhaust, brake, and suspension service you can trust, trust the Midas Touch. And by J.C. Penney, your headquarters for Levi corduroy jeans. And by Michigan National Banks, the smart money is with us. And by Little Caesars Pizza, America's largest carry-out pizza chain. This has been a production of the Detroit Red Wings.
TV 20, WXON Detroit.